Everybody always asks the beer dad, man, where do you get all these amazing craft beers? Well, I get around. But let me tell you where you can get some amazing craft beers, some of the best in all of the Inland Empire. The Craft Lounge, Beaumont, California, on Beaumont Avenue, just north of the 10 freeway. Go see Jimmy, tell him the BeerDad and Brew podcast sent you. He'll hook you up. And on January 29th, the Trifecta Bottle Share. Be there or be square. Brought to you by the Craft Lounge, Hip Hop Craft the Show, Beer Thug Life, and Louie's Liquor. You got $55 VIP, $35 general admission. No excuses, brewheads. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the BeerDad and Brew podcast. As always, I am your host, the BeerDad himself, Justin Allen, and I'm joined here with my co-host, Mr. Tons and Kettles, home brewing himself, Brandan Gray. How the hell are you?
Doing fantastic. How was everybody out there? Out there?
Yeah. Podcast land.
Yeah. How you doing?
All over the place, apparently. All over the world. And we are joined by a continuing guest, the Christopher Martin.
Oh, I cut off your glorious intro for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The trumpets were about to happen.
The Otter Man himself.
The Otter Man. God damn it. Freaking otters, man.
I'm going to get you an otter for Christmas next year.
It's like a real live otter?
Yeah, a pet otter. He can keep it in his bathtub, and so when he takes a shower, he's got to
I got a rapist otter staring at him.
I hope you like looking over your shoulder all the time, yeah.
Otters are evil.
Hell yeah.
All right. So we are on the road, Brandan. We are somewhere. Where are we, Brandan? What city are we in?
This is the Breadstickville, California.
Pretty close.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Temecula, California. It is, they have the breadsticks here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Temecula, home of the breadsticks. Also home. It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Also home of Oscars Brewing Company, and that is where we're at right now. We are being hosted here by Mr. Joe Flores. Joe, how are you doing, buddy?
Great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us out here. We're really stoked. Been here before, had your beers. I'm really excited for the fellas here to try the beers here and for us to talk about everything that's going on here at Oscars so our listeners can come check you guys out because they're missing the boat here because you got the double whammy here. Not only do you have amazing beer that you brew here, and we're going to talk about that throughout the show, but also amazing food, something that yourself and we grew up on, the old Pat and Oscars chain. So the food here is you got a little bit different menu than the OG Pat and Oscars, but a lot of the favorites are on the menu. And we had some of that earlier.
Oh, yeah.
So we had some of their famous breadsticks, like Brandan was calling us, the breadstick capital here in Temecula.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're known for their wine out here, too.
Keep it.
Well, the wine's second, breadsticks first.
Breadsticks
that's right,
first,
yeah.
wine second. Well,
Keep it
I'm
doughy.
gonna go one further. I'm gonna say beers over the wine, but that's
Oh, I
just
like
my
that.
preference.
I like that a lot. Yeah,
I think
agree.
so.
I mean, I know we do have a lot of wine aficionados that listen to the show, and cheers to that. I've just never been able to get into it. I guess I like carbonation, and well, I've tried sparkling wines too, and I can't get into it either. So here we are. That's why we're at a brewery, and that's why we have a podcast that is about craft beer and home brewing. Yes. So we're here at Oscars Brewing Company.
That's right.
Joe is hosting us. We have some amazing flights that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Joe's story as well. But first, before we get into that, we're going to have live via the interwebs a special guest from Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is it? Who are we talking to?
It's Sir Daniel.
Mr.
Sir
Andrade,
Daniel.
yeah?
Sir Daniel of Feathered Serpent Mead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Feathered Serpent Meadery. He sent us some
yeah,
stuff. Joe's going to be able to partake. He's already looked at it. Also, shout out to Daniel for the Joel Osteen artwork here.
Yeah,
Gotta
man.
appreciate that.
Thank you so much for the. Well, I'll tell him when he gets on. But yeah,
Yeah.
these are fucking badass glasses, and the mead is like out of this world. It's well, I'll let him tell you about it. It's just fucking crazy. I can't wait to get into it.
Absolutely.
It's wild.
All right.
So we're gonna be getting with him in just a second. So
via the there it is.
What's up, brother?
Yo.
Daniel, what's up, brother?
How's it going?
Well, welcome to the show.
Yes.
Thank you.
Was it a long-time listener, first-time caller? I don't know how that goes.
I was on one time when Josh couldn't log in for some reason.
Uh-huh. And we hung out.
We hung out. I was in the man cave.
Yeah. You have a very glorious man cave, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You didn't get to see it in person, though.
No, next time we're definitely coming and hanging out at the man cave for sure.
Yeah, because we have to do something. Because I had Josh and I had plans to brew something together. So now Brandan's gonna have to take over.
There you go.
I'd be honored.
All right. So, Daniel, Brandan probably kind of prepped you here. Well, we are at Oscars Brewing Company here in Temecula, California. And we have the head brewer here, Joe Flores. So he's going to be able to sample some of your goodies as well. So say hi to Joe.
Okay. Hi, Joe.
Hey,
Daniel.
how's it going? Nice to meet you, man.
Good. Nice to meet you too.
All right, so let's talk about this. I know you're really into mead, and so we've already kind of shouted out Feathered Serpent Meadery there in Houston, Texas. Also, I wanted to shout out your mohawk too, because I think that's a very important thing that needs to happen.
Oh, well, it makes the mead, I'm sure.
It makes the mead better.
Man,
It literally makes the meat.
Well, you know what? The mohawk came off, man.
Oh no, the mohawk is off. Is it coming back?
There was an incident since I'm a welder.
Oh,
And
oh.
so I had to get shortened out, and they'll come back though.
So it's kind of like a Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial.
There you go.
Holy shit! I haven't thought about that for a while.
Yeah.
All right, well, Feathered Serpent Meadery, what got you into mead, bro?
What got me into mead? It was actually COVID. It was COVID. So I had been brewing beer and did a couple beers here and there, like a regular hobby guy. And well, a lot of my friends were doing beer too. Once COVID hit, we were kind of exchanging information, and we were exchanging recipes and all that stuff. But then everybody, it kind of felt like I was going nowhere because some of my friends were doing better beers, and one of my friends actually, came out with Misfit Brewing, and he's up there. And so I
That's
didn't
cool
want
brewery. Definitely right up your alley for sure.
Hell yeah.
Right. So I'm like, man, what else can I do? So I reached out to one of my friends. He's like, why don't you try making mead? And I'm like, huh. So I got some cheap honey, and I did my first 1 gallon batch. It came out, decent. I didn't add anything to it. But then, I started doing more research like a normal enthusiast would do.
Right.
And, it's like, I found Fantastic Meads on Instagram, and one of my good friends now, and mentor, Jeremy Clausing, he has Clausing Brewing in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
He just started feeding me information, and I was learning from his mistakes, which is pretty good because he kept telling me, do this and don't do that, and make sure it's clean, and it's not very temperamental. So it just started going from that, just a little network, and I really enjoyed it. And after a while, I started sharing it with my friends, and they're like, "Dude, you should really get into this." So there's really no competition in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
There's probably 3 eateries, and most of the nicer ones are outside the city, which most people are like, man, I'm already stuck in traffic for 2-3 hours. I'm not driving yet.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's how I kind of got into it.
So
just one thing led to another.
So it's really awesome that you got in. I've actually been able to sample. You sent us home with some meads. The peanut butter and jelly mead was my favorite of the 2 that I had. You did a really good job of actually telling them about that earlier. It was just blended really well, just lots of flavor. Sometimes my biggest problem with mead, we were just talking about myself, being more of a beer guy, not big into wine, and meads are kind of hit and miss for me. There's a local meadery here that I've had that I really enjoy called Batch Mead. Okay. They do a good job. But for sometimes it's just, oh man, it's like overly sweet, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Like, but to blend the flavors that you did on that peanut butter and jelly one, it came across really, really nice. So you did good. So looking forward to trying this concoction. We're all kind of staring at Joel Osteen here. And
hey, man, you're kind of breaking up there.
You're breaking up.
Oh snap!
There you go. I was gonna say might be your phone.
There you go. Okay.
So we're staring at Joel Osteen here. We're gonna get ready to try this concoction that you sent us here. So tell us about this mead that you made.
I'm gonna start pouring it.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. You there, Daniel?
Yeah.
Okay.
This thing keeps going back and. Sorry.
That's okay.
All right. So, so a good friend of mine, Ralph, I helped him. Did one of his smokers, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't charge him anything. You know, that's between us.
Not anymore, unless you want me to edit that
out. But yeah, I helped him out with that because I mean I enjoy welding, and so it was a project for me too. So he helped me out, and he's like, man, we should do a collaboration. You know, because he does smoke meats, and like how are we gonna incorporate that? And it's like, no, just do something and work it out. I'm like, okay. So he came up with the name because most of Feathered Serpent Meads titles are under Aztec deities.
Yeah.
Right. But this one, obviously, Lambos from Heaven. He picked out the name. He just because we like to dog on Joe Osteen.
Oh yeah.
Not good stuff he's done for Houston.
Yeah, man. And that plumber that he donated all that money to.
Yeah, the plumber definitely came up.
Yeah, and I mean they couldn't have come at a better time because like that news came like a week before we released Lambos. So,
that's perfect.
Yeah,
right when they're in the news.
This mead. So Ralph picked one of the flavors, and it was kiwi because he wanted to make it green like money.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay. And he was like, why don't you incorporate something else? So I thought of honeydew. Kind of like, so it's kiwi and honeydew. Yeah, they're quite opposites. One is like tart and tangy, and one's soft.
Dude, yeah, I was telling these guys, two of my favorite like fruits of all time. I'm a big melon guy, you know, okay. And I really love kiwis. And so, and then you told me there's vanilla bean in here too. And I was just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
dude,
there's vanilla bean to kind of round out the edges. I didn't put that much vanilla bean. It definitely just softened to kind of melt the flavors together.
Nice.
And then the glitter was just because it was Christmas time. You know, when we released it, and it was like, and everybody keeps asking, why the glitter? I'm like, man, that's concentrated hate towards Joel Osteen.
That's right, man. that bling bling.
Joel Osteen juice.
Yeah.
There's Joel tears. Yeah, Joel tears in there.
Yeah, so the name Lambos from Heaven is just, you know, we actually wanted to make a promotional music video, and we were like thinking about, and it just started going downhill from there. It's like,
that's awesome.
We should bring a pink Lambo. It's like, where can we afford a pink Lambo? All right, maybe we just do one of those things with the camera magic. You know, we get like a bottle of pink Lambo and just put it on the street. But then it was like, we just made a rap song. So.
You should have asked Joel. Be like, yo, man, can
we borrow
kick us down
for a
some
day?
money?
Yeah, that would have gone very well. Yeah.
Can you leave $85,000 in the bathroom for me? Thank you.
Like, yo, man, can I come over and snake your toilets?
Joel's got a pink Lambo in his driveway. You know it.
Yeah, you could just go take a picture by that thing.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Go borrow that.
Sure he does.
He probably loan it to you, no problem.
Yeah, man.
So it's obviously most meads can go either way, served chilled or room temperature. This one I think works better chilled just because of the tartness of the kiwi and the freshness of the melon. Right?
Oh yeah.
So
I got it nice and chilled, man.
Right. I didn't back sweeten it too much. I wanted that that tanginess from the kiwi to come out. So that's what you get. You get like good on the nose. I don't know if have you guys poured it yet?
Yeah.
It smells like a candle.
Yo, I just tried it right now. That shit is fucking tight, dude. You did a really, really good job.
The combination's
insane.
wild. Like totally different, something that you're not used to for sure.
I get a ton of kiwi, and then on the back end, I get that honeydew melon. And then, like you said, with the vanilla bean, it kind of rounds out nicely and just kind of gives a nice little, nice little blanket for it to lay on. Yeah,
The vanilla was a very nice addition. I think I like.
You like that? Yeah. What do you think over there, Joe? You know, having probably had fair share of mead in your days, what do you think of this Joel Osteen
Lambos from
honeydew glitter?
Top labels of all time for sure.
Oh yeah,
You're not going to beat that presentation. But as far as the flavor goes, I really like the balance. They said the acidities up front. You really get the honeydew, and then the finish, that rounded out vanilla, like you said. You nailed that. The vanilla flavor is great, man. Did a great job. I really like it.
That's awesome stuff.
this shit is bananas without any bananas. It's fucking crazy. I love it.
I'm actually trying to work on a bananas foster.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Bananas Foster. It's coming.
I like it.
Hell yeah, man.
It's a thank you. Don't sugarcoat it now. I mean, I will.
Oh no, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know you, man.
We would never. We would never.
No, nice. I really like it. You know, I was telling them, you know, for meads are kind of different for me, but like I said, I really enjoyed the peanut butter one. I was a little worried because of the glitter, only because every time I've ever had anything with glitter, I've been like, oh my god! Like,
dude.
What did I serve you, Chris? Unicorn farts or something?
Unicorn.
Like
It was it fart? It was something like that.
Unicorn farts.
That was fart and glitter.
Yeah, unicorn fart deluxe.
There's been a lot that I've had, and usually it's just a gimmick. Like I think the first one I ever had was actually from your neck of the woods. I think Drake had sent Eureka Heights. They did a glitter cream ale. I think
the
it was
Buckle Bunny. Yeah. Glitter Buckle Bunny.
And that was for a cream ale. It was a cream ale. But man, I could not get past the glitter. I just couldn't do it. It was like so much in there, and you don't taste it. You don't taste the glitter, but it just
there
threw me
was
off.
like I got a glass and it just looked like melted gold. It's like,
Fucking glitter party up in that glass.
But this is really cool. I was going to say
they recently made one with pea flour, so it's purple, and that one actually, they didn't. I guess the person that shook the glitter in there didn't have Parkinson's. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. No, but yeah, it's much nicer now. So
good.
Drinking out of the glassware too, man. This is
are you?
Yeah,
Brandon poured it in his glass that he'd sent us, and
yeah, dude,
it looks proper with Joel Osteen, and
I look too fancy,
bougie. Yes.
Did I send you $100 bills?
Oh no, yeah, actually you did, but Monopoly money. I really thought that was cute.
Yeah,
thanks.
But no, it was like we were at the release. We were just handing out, we were handing out $100 bills, and everybody's like, "What?" Once you go to Joel Osteen's church, just put it in.
Oh hell yeah, dude! So you had funny money with this logo printed on it, or
no?
Oh, that would have been dope.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
That way, when they start counting their till at the end of the day, they're like, "What is all this?"
Son of a bitch!
Who's Feathered Serpent?
Who didn't look at this right? Yeah, man. Well, thank you so much for sending the mead, and thank you for sending the beer. We're gonna crack some of those too, and then man, I really appreciate it. We can't wait to see you again.
No, yeah, me too, man. You guys are welcome over here anytime.
Dude, we love it down there.
And everybody, and just we'll definitely hook you guys up with some barbecue this time, man.
Oh, dude, don't.
Poor Brandon. All he had was the meat in his pocket.
Now you're speaking to me, dude. I fucking love meat, dude. I'm a bona fide meat eater, dude. Smoked meats all day, baby. Like, and that's literally like heaven. Houston, Texas was fucking insane, man.
Good stuff.
Everywhere we went, man. Bomb barbecue everywhere.
But we definitely appreciate you and your support, and then coming out and hanging out with us. You got to, obviously you got to spend some time with Josh, and he really appreciated that, and we thank you for your continued support of the show, and we'll definitely be out there to see you again, as well as always glad to endorse and hype up the meadery. I'm very happy for you. Things are going in the right direction, and hopefully it all works out for you.
That's right.
Thank you. No, as soon as because this year is going to be more experimental and more quantity, so I'll definitely be sending you guys more bottles.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
Real quick before you go, Chris, what do you think about this?
Oh yeah, we didn't ask the Christopher
So,
Martin.
Chris,
Oh no, it's great. This is a very very quality mead.
it's
here.
extremely
Yeah.
complex and
It's
awesome,
very
right?
very smooth. I love the flavor notes. You get everything. You get the honeydew. You get the kiwi, the vanilla on the finish to really round it out. And the glitter is a nice touch. The Joel Osteen is a nice touch. I actually had one of my accounts told me that I remind him of Joel Osteen, and I for the life of me I can't. I don't know why.
Man, I would take that as an insult.
We gotta shave,
I did.
Fighting words.
Shit,
we gotta shave your beard and
Yeah.
see if it's true or not.
Get you in this pink get up with the money tie.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah,
Halloween
man.
costume.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
But I also love the hip flask serving size.
Oh, dude, seriously, we forgot to say that. Yeah,
Yes.
it's good.
That's what
good-
Joe was
good pull.
commenting on the presentation was like perfect. Like this
Dude,
is
the glass.
this is
flask.
it. This is it right here. But you definitely knocked it out of the park on that. And again, thanks for sending it to us.
Oh, thank you guys so much. It's really appreciative of spreading the word too, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Of course,
I just want to make quality over quantity.
that's right.
It's the best Bed Bath and Body Works lotion I've ever had.
Wait, is that
All right.
isn't it more like no? It's Bed Bath and Beyond.
Or something like that. You know, I conflated a couple of different things there probably.
There you go.
I think it's Bath and Body. You can use it as an aftershave too. Don't worry.
Oh hell yeah!
And then the glitter, just really makes you sparkle.
That's why I was thinking for a beard oil. I could get my beard nice and sparkly. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll just stick to drinking it because it is delicious.
You just dye your beard green and glitter it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. For St. Patrick's Day,
Oh, you got it. There it is.
let's do it.
All right, Daniel.
Oh, yeah,
I know
man.
you got to get to work tonight,
Yes,
so
sir.
we want you to get to work safely and do your thing and keep rocking the mead.
Right on, man.
And everybody, if you guys want to check out Feathered Serpent Meadery, look them up. You're on Instagram. Are you on Facebook too?
No, not on Facebook yet.
Good. Stay away from that place.
Yeah,
The metaverse is trash.
that's right, man.
Yeah, stick to the Instagrams and the Twitters. So
Thank you so much for making time for us, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Brendan, thank you guys for inviting me. Justin,
Appreciate it.
thank you again. And Josh, I know you're listening too. Thank you so much.
absolutely. Cheers to Josh.
Cheers to Josh, man.
Cheers.
All right, brother.
All right, guys.
Take it easy.
What a nice fella.
Yeah, dude,
Absolutely.
he's a great guy. And
Yeah.
this is fucking impressive.
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised. I said, the glitter's what got me worried. But after tasting it, I was like, everything that he said was in it, I tasted.
Yeah, and I think it was nice the sweet balance of it. It wasn't too sweet.
Yeah.
But it obviously was fruited, so it had
I really think he's onto something with the kiwi and the honeydew to kind of backpedal on the sweetness of mead.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Because that tartness really, really set it back, and it just made it to where it was not overly sweet and it was enjoyable. So he did a great job. And again, the packaging.
We
You
forgot
can't beat
to ask him the octane.
Oh, he did tell me.
Okay.
Let me look. I'm pretty
Let's
sure
consult the book.
I'm pretty sure it's 12. But
Wow.
let me just
Yeah.
confirm.
Very smooth. It's
Drink a handle of that and you're done.
Yeah, yeah.
Or a
The
hip
is
flask, you know?
appropriate. Yeah,
One of those little
flask.
flask jigs. Yeah. Let's see what he said.
I love it.
I mean, you can reuse that forever. Now you got that little Joel Osteen glass.
yeah,
man.
Glass. Come on.
That's perfect.
All right, so we got it is. Hold on here. Okay. Ding dong ding. Oh, shit.
Should we be playing Jeopardy music
It's the
right now?
scrolling music. He's got it.
Yeah, ding 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 ding.
We've got all kinds of goodies that we can play in here if we want to. Well, while he's looking that up, we're going to adjust our television sets, or not really our television sets, but our radios, our cell phones, whatever it is that you listen to the BeerDad and Brewed podcast. And we are going to focus on Oscars Brewing Company and Joe Flores, head brewer of Oscars Brewing Company. So we have some pretty cool flights here. We're going to dive into those very shortly. But first, Joe, let's talk about you, the man behind the brewing. What got you into brewing, and how long have you been brewing for?
I've been brewing since I was 19. I'm 32 now. So,
Wow.
Do the math.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't do math. You guys do that. No, I got into it because a friend of mine, when I was 17, I started dating my sister's friend. Mm-hmm. And her and I didn't work out, but we became great friends. And through that, she started home brewing in Long Beach. And I was like, wait, you can make beer at home? And she says, yeah, look, I made this beer. And I tried it, and I was like, holy crap, this is good beer.
Yeah.
So from there, I would go up and visit her, and I would go to Steinfeller's. It's the homebrew store in Long Beach. Yeah. So my first homebrews were all extract kits, and they were all from Steinfeller's.
Nice.
The first beer I ever did on my own was a barley wine.
That's badass. That place is cool, man.
It's a really cool spot. I haven't been there in years. I hope they're still around.
I was there maybe like 3 years ago. I entered a beer into it was a Red, White, and Brews.
Oh
festival.
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the homebrew shop that got me started. They got a lot of my original stuff there and first extract recipes, and I got the bug.
Very nice.
Yeah. And then I came back here to Temecula, and Homebrew Emporium opened in Murrieta. So when I was 19, I called him and I said, hey, can I buy a carboy from you? I'm 19. He said, well, it's a glass jug. I don't see why not.
That'll work.
Yeah. So I kept brewing. And I never stopped. And then in 2011, when I broke my ankle, like that story you saw, I realized that I didn't really have a path. So I loved home brewing. So I decided I needed to take it to the next level and step up from extract and go to all grain. And that's what that story leads to, the Homebrew Emporium. I did my first class, all grain, and then I got the job there, which led to Aftershock and so on. Yeah.
It's a small world.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Small town.
Shout out to Thomas.
Yeah. Our boy Thomas, for sure.
That's right.
It's like, I feel like a lot of the fellas and ladies in the industry somehow, some way can fall back. It's almost like, was that the Kevin Bacon thing? Everybody falls back to Aftershock in some way. Like,
7 degrees of
something-
Aftershock.
Yeah, right.
In the IE especially. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a great brewery. We love Aftershock. One of these days we're gonna go visit them, right, Brandon?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Oh yeah.
So
fantastic.
But that's great. And then so you brewed at Aftershock, and then where did the career take you from there?
So after about 3 years there, I ended up working at a Garage Brewing Company, which is actually right down the street, under the tutelage of Guy Bartmus, who at the time was their master brewer. He's now a rep for BSG in Texas area. Mm-hmm. And I learned so much in that year. Like I can't even explain. It's crazy. Guy was a great teacher.
Yeah, you went from as far as brewing wise. I know Aftershock they distribute too, but nowhere on the level of Garage. So you went from brewing. Guesstimate how much beer to how much beer?
Well, Aftershock was a 7-barrel system roughly, and it's used dairy equipment repurposed. We had 2 7-barrel fermenters and 2 30-barrel fermenters. To go from that to Garage was like a 30-barrel system, all automated. Like even the grain got sucked out and pumped into another room. Like everything about that brew house is just top of the line.
Yeah.
So to go from repurposed dairy equipment to that, and then they taught me on the big equipment, and they let me go run the brew pub because they knew I had like a creative spark, and I really like to just do weird things. And Guy was about that, which was great. So yeah, and then that was a 7-barrel system as well with 15-barrel tanks, but that was another like fully automated system. Like to fill tanks, I just set a timer and it would turn off when the tank was full. Like very big difference. Yeah. That's why I say in that time I learned so much. And don't get me wrong, I learned a great amount in 3 years at Aftershock. Obviously, being a brewer anywhere, you're going to learn. But going from that, just the difference of equipment and the pace of what you have to make beer, for sure, it was a big wake up and a great learning experience for me, for sure.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome, man.
So, and then how did the marriage of Joe Flores, the brewer, and Oscars, the restaurant, how did that all come together?
Facebook. Speaking of,
Facebook.
We like talking shit about Facebook. Yeah. He's like, well, that's actually how I got here.
The metaverse.
Cut that.
Yeah, cut that out. Yeah. Well, we'll trim that in post.
So, I was working for a while. One of my best friends and mentors, Grant, got me a job. Grant Hewer, he got me a job down in San Diego, and I would just join this Facebook group called the San Diego Craft Beer Plexus, which is all San Diego brewers and industry people. So I was in between jobs. I was actually in Idaho visiting my dad, trying to look for some brewing work out there, which there's very little brewing work in Idaho unless you open your own brewery. And I saw this ad. Is anyone in San Diego willing or lives in Temecula willing to go work at a brewery? They're successful restaurateurs for 30 years. They're going to rebrand. They want to open a brewery. And I'm like, I'm the only one who responded. I live in Temecula. I'm an experienced brewer, and I'm in between jobs. I could, definitely talk to the owners because it was a friend of the owners here. It wasn't even them.
Yeah.
They were just in the group. So
Putting out fillers for them.
Yeah, exactly. So a few months later, I got a call and they said, "Hey, we're with the Oscars group," and I was like, "Wait, you're like Pat and Oscars on the pond?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, no way."
Yeah.
So I met a few times with the owners, and it's still Pat and Oscars kids.
Yeah.
John and Tammy, and I brought some beer on my interview, and I think that kind of helped seal the deal because it's like, hey, yeah, I could say all day, and I got a piece of paper that says like, but here, try what I do.
But I'm legit. Yeah, for
look,
sure.
Well, and they were homebrewed too, which I think is a testament to my dedication, right? So it's like, hey,
you're still brewing,
even when I'm in between jobs. This is what I love to do.
Yeah.
So I brought them some beers, and he told me later on, he's like, Joe, after that first interview, I called him. I was like, I think I found a brewer, which I thought that was so cool.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
That's awesome. And they definitely made the right choice. Talk about like the stars aligning, like one of your favorite restaurants. Like we were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
This is like we grew up on Pat and Oscars and doing something that you love and it's in your hometown. You don't have to drive and have a huge commute or anything like that, and get to have amazing food while you're here, and amazing location. The duck pond's awesome.
Yeah, the views are dumb.
What's that?
The views are dumb.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny when I first saw that Facebook ad, I was like, you're thinking, who could be wanting to open a brewery in this town? Successful restaurateur for 30 years. I'm telling my family, like, imagine if it's Pat and Oscars. Like, that location on the pond, like, you can't, it's the gateway to the wine country. You get off the freeway. It's one of the first places you see. You got the beautiful patio right here on the pond. Imagine a brewery there. And everyone's like, oh, that'd be amazing. And then when I found out, I was just like, oh, my God, I hope I get this job.
You're like,
it was great.
Nailed it.
well, guess what? I'm the head brewer. What's up?
Yeah.
At first I didn't know. Obviously, did a few interviews and stuff. But then when I finally got the job, I was stoked. It was cool.
Did you go swimming in the pond? You're like,
Never.
That was the celebration.
just jump in the pond.
They're like, they're in here. Wow, that interview went well. I think we made the right decision.
You just hear Joe out there.
Woohoo! And Joe's down there with no shirt, jumping in the pond.
Well, fuck, we already told him yes.
Yeah. Too late to rescind the offer. I wonder if he knows there's snapping turtles in there.
Find out soon enough.
Yeah.
He may have rethought, taking his chonies off.
Right, exactly. Ouch.
No, that actually never happened. Okay, let's just get that straight.
Just a shirt. So, well, that's really cool story, and congratulations on everything working out. I'm excited just because, I was sad when I saw that they had, they closed up for a little while, and I was like, oh man, because this is one of those places where I used to like to come in and get the breadsticks, and we were talking about like some of the to-go stuff. The chicken wings were one of my favorites, and I was like, oh, that sucks. I wonder what's going to go in there, right? And then social media somewhere, I had seen like the rebranding, like Oscars Brewing Company. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be a brewery. Then I started following it in the infant stages on social media, and I was really stoked to finally get in here and try the beers. I made a little video, posted it online, and the beers were great, and the food's still amazing. Even some of the new food that they have, like we were talking about that pizza, that lamb meatball pizza. Holy hell,
shit is off the hook.
Right there.
Delicious. And then the wings, they have not changed. So
the bomb ass breadsticks, yo. Don't forget the
Greek mustard with it. You have to have that. That's a staple. Everybody that grew up on Pat and Oscars knows you have to. They used to come in these kind of like old school like lunch
ketchup
table ketchup and mustard bottles. Do you remember that?
The clear ones?
Yeah, and yeah.
Well, yeah.
And so you would
Those are
they would
badass.
have like a little like lazy Susan in the middle of the restaurant. You just go up and grab the bottles and go back, and like, dude, sometimes we go through a whole bottle eating our breadsticks and stuff with that, because I would like practically drink. It'd be like,
You're like, dude, do we have to leave a tip if we just chug the mustard?
can I? How much? What's that character, Chris Rock? How much if I just pour a little bit in this cup and take a drink? Good Lord, that's a lot of money like that. But yeah, that's awesome. So
Mustard chugging.
mustard. Ooh.
Yeah.
We never did get that mustard beer. Remember?
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Oh, that
The Oscar Blues,
Oscar
right?
Blues.
The French's mustard.
Did you get to try, Joe?
No, I don't think I wasn't. It wasn't on my list, really. Let's just say that.
We have to mention. So one of the first person I had the conversation with, because I was looking on my phone and the article popped up, and Josh happened to be standing across the bar from me when
Which
I was
is
pouring
about
beer.
the norm, right?
Yeah. And I told him about it, and he said, I fucking hate mustard.
Oh, he hates it.
He
Yeah.
hates mustard, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but I'm not a huge fan. So like to hear that, I was like, I don't know that I really want to try that beer. I'll be honest.
He was like, literally, dude. He's like, I don't
was
think,
shaking, wasn't he?
I don't even know if he would try. I'm pretty sure he said he wouldn't try.
No,
it.
because I was with him one time when he got a burger, and he very explicitly says no mustard, and it had it on there. And you know, Josh is calm,
chill.
Dude, he lost his shit. I mean, fucking mustard. And like, I was like, bro, it's a hamburger. And like, but I guess if you really don't like it, there's really no way to scrape it off. I mean, once it gets in the meat and
the bread,
There are some people that really, really hate mustard. You guys ever watch like back in the day, the CKY videos?
Oh yeah.
You remember Rake Yon?
Yes,
Yeah, Rake Yon? They squirted mustard
was so
all
mad
over him,
at them.
and he freaked the fuck out, dude. Like, he had like crazy long hair, dude. So it was like all in his hair, and like all over him, dude. Like, So that's a real thing. There's people that really, really
Don't
hate
like
mustard.
the mustard.
So mustard chugging ain't for them.
Maybe they'll make it again, and we'll get a hold of it, and we'll mix it with some of that pickle beer and see what happens.
There you go.
Oh no. Maybe. Yeah. Yes.
Hamburger in a glass.
That's right.
I gotta say, you just need a hamburger.
There you go.
I'll shotgun it, dude. I'm not
Hey,
scared.
there's a good collab we could do with you, Joe. We could make a hamburger beer. We'll just throw some meat.
Can we do a glizzy ale instead? And we'd like rim it with like a hot dog.
Oh, it's like that one, the Omnipolo one that you brought us. It's like French fries and hamburger buns.
French fries and hamburger buns, right?
Yeah, man.
It was a wild.
It was
beer.
actually, you know what? It's fucking good, man.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I got down with it. I was like, this is pretty tasty.
Some of the beers that we see these days doing this show and everything, I follow and I try to procure us some crazy stuff for the show. It's just, it makes me laugh because it's like, man, they've definitely ran out of ideas because every time you're like, I've seen it all. And then a week later, and it's like, okay, now we've got buffalo wing beer. We've got ranch beer, and you got to mix them together to have buffalo wing and ranch beer.
I want to know what those grain farmers and what those, the malters and the hop farmers and, of America and, all over the world, what they think of, what people produce. Some people produce with their product.
I just imagine them looking down in shame, shaking their head.
They're like, all that
SMH.
hard work, and you made a Cuban sandwich hazy IPA.
You made pastrami on rye in a can.
They're like-
I spent 3 years developing this beautiful strain of hops.
Yeah. They're like, what's wrong with a Pilsner? What's wrong with a pale ale? What's wrong with, whatever?
Sometimes you just got to mix it up.
These fucking crazy straw, banana, rama fucking.
We've had some weird ones that are good, and we've had some really awful weird ones, but it definitely shouts out to the creativity of brewers out there that are just trying to push the envelope and do something new, do something crazy and exciting. And sometimes it hits and it's a home run, and sometimes not so much, like the turmeric ginger beer that Josh and I made.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of brewing, though. You just experiment and try something new, and if it works and you like it, then you have accomplished your goal.
So speaking of that you are head brewer here, I'm sure you get to, obviously you make your core beers, but since the inception of Oscars Brewing, what kind of was the focus here? What did they kind of say, all right, Joe, we're just going to say this is your baby, make whatever you want? Did they tell you, like, this is kind of what we're looking for? Or, like, how did it all go play out when you first opened?
They were really cool. It was more of a kind of like, we hired you because we trust that you know what you're doing, and what do you think would be good for our restaurant? So I did a proposal basically of what I wanted to brew here, and they were on board from the get-go. But I understood also my clientele here, being that it's not going to be a beer nerd place. It's going to be where families still come and people come to eat, and you don't necessarily need to have big crazy beers to go with food. But what's nice is they still let me do those kind of beers. I'm not doing nothing but those beers because, like you said, I have my core beers, and those core beers are those approachable, drinkable beers that go along great with our food. But then we are a brewery, so to be able to be creative and make, if I wanted a pickle beer, is also awesome.
Yeah, that's great that there's that flexibility there, and you have the room to play with. Like you can just make, like you said, you can make straightforward core beers like we had earlier. We had the light American lager. Mm-hmm. That was fantastic. So that's like perfect. Like you're here eating pizza and breadsticks, so it pairs so well. And so you have that, and then you said you have that creativity where you can also work and make out of this world kind of weird weird beers. I like to say weird beer. Yeah, weird beers.
Rolls off the
Creative beers.
Yeah, well,
Creative beers.
Weird, creative is the thin line,
Yeah.
right? You know, yeah.
Weird is a good thing sometimes. And in that sense, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely, with your range of beers, the other cool thing that you have here for the beer, if you do get beer nerds here, is you also carry some guest taps too as well.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you get to be the one that decides like who's going to be on your guest tap, or?
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Luckily, they were okay with that. I told them from the beginning I'd be more comfortable if I got to decide that, because I don't want to have anything on that's going to compete directly with what we're making here, obviously, because the point is when you come to a brewery to try the brewery's beer, right? But I also don't want to have anyone come here and say, oh, well, I wanted a red, and they didn't have a red.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not a huge fan of making reds, but I'd love to have a red on tap for the guys who want to come and have red, guys and girls, anyone, Yeah. So, yeah, I love the ability, too, to be able to support my friends and other local breweries who are making great beer and have them on tap here.
Awesome.
Totally.
And also, too, the nice part is being that it's a restaurant for the non-beer drinkers, a full bar, right? So you can have
full bar, great cocktails.
Yeah, my wife had some funky, crazy drink or whatever. She loved it.
I'll be honest. Half the time when I come here with my friends, I have a cocktail. I don't have. I have my beer all the time.
You drink all day.
You're like,
well,
dude,
no, I don't know. We don't drink all day. We make beer.
That's right. Well, you got to sample a little bit here and
You're
there.
like, dude, I make this. I literally
Yes.
live this. Like,
Yes.
I'm not going to just sit around on my off
Well,
time.
yeah. When I'm here, like, it's great because I do enjoy the food here a lot and the ambiance, and my friends who will come from out of town want to come check it out, and I want to be here with them and show them what I've been working on.
Right.
But I don't necessarily want a beer. So that's another great reason that the guest taps are on, because sometimes I'll have a beer on tap that's literally just for me when I come in.
Oh, yeah.
And if, it'll sell, but there's sometimes I'm like, you know what, I want to drink this beer when I come in, so we'll put it on tap. But for the most part, I'll have a cocktail. We have a great cocktail program here. So it's nice.
Definitely a nice mix of all the different blended beverages. Your bartenders do a great job too.
Yes, and what's cool is they have a lot of creativity too. It's not just me. So
awesome.
We let them, they kind of make cocktails probably once a week. Each one of them makes something different, and then if it's something that's a hit, we'll put it on the menu. So it's great.
So awesome, currently, how many? If someone comes right now to Oscars Brewing Company, how many beers are just your beers?
We have about 10. I have a new beer coming out next week, and then there's new beers coming out usually once or twice a month.
Okay. Dope.
Yeah.
That's a nice.
So, and it's kind of like the rainbow, a bunch of different styles. I know that when I was in here, I was like, man, you've got pretty much a little bit of everything. Well, as you say, you don't like brewing the red, so no red on the menu.
I'm brewing an Irish red next week. So
there you go.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that I won't. It's just something I didn't really want to necessarily do for a core beer. Yeah. But I also know that like a lot of people like reds and ambers. So
very popular style.
One of my favorites is Irish red, the Killians back in the day, right? Mm-hmm. And then also Aftershock.
Yeah,
Peanut Alert.
That's cool.
I like that.
That was one of mine.
That was Peanut Alert.
Nice,
Thank you. That was one of my favorite.
Nice.
One of the between that and the Orca were the two beers that brought me into to try Aftershock.
Oh, cool.
So back when I was first really getting into craft beer and mostly going to San Diego, because I was like, that's where you got to go for craft beer, until I discovered that there were breweries out here as well. Mm-hmm. And I remember going into Aftershock one day with actually Craig was out here visiting and my brother, and we went in there and had a nice flight. And first thing I ordered, because I saw the oatmeal raisin cookie, I was like, I ordered that because that just sounds crazy, so I'm going to try it. And then I'm a sucker for peanuts and peanut butter and all that. And so I saw Peanut Alert. I'm like, done.
Yeah.
That's a cool one. I never got to brew that one, but I did like that one a lot.
I was stoked when it came out in cans. Oh man, I saw it. Where did I see it? In Barron's, I think, one time. I was like, oh dude, it's in cans. I remember this was a couple years ago. I snagged a bunch of them, took them up to the cabin, up to Idlewild, and I was just like crushing them. I was like, yeah, it was a good beer.
That's cool.
Good job on that.
Yeah, it's fun.
So,
well, let's get into this beer.
Thirsty.
We got beer in front of us, and we're not drinking.
I know, man.
All this talking makes me thirsty.
I've been looking at it and shit. I've been like, doing the whole thing, licking my fingers and making sounds with it.
Guys.
Yeah, I know.
It's basically ice cream. What are you doing?
All right, so we're gonna let Joe be our tour guide here at Oscars Brewing Company as we take a flight with the good pilot here, and he's gonna talk us through everything that we have here on our flight. And we'll go one by one. So where do you want us to start, Joe?
So we'll start with this lighter one over here on this end. This is the pineapple wheat. We call it pineapple ship.
Oh, yeah.
So the idea was originally to call the wheat beer Blankenship, which would be obviously blank. And then every fruit would be mango ship, pineapple ship, strawberry ship. Well, pineapple just took off. So we basically only ever made pineapple ship. But it's
I
easy.
see why.
Yeah, it's easy
Piña.
drinking. It's different. Not a lot of people are making pineapple wheats. You get a lot of citrus wheats out there. So I thought it would be fun to do something different. Wheats are obviously a nice introduction to craft beer for a lot of people. You know, Shock Top was like the first beer they had that wasn't a Corona.
Right.
A Blue Moon.
Or a Blue Moon. Yeah, something along those lines.
Well,
And,
more
you
of
know,
a full body and
Yeah.
just different feel.
yeah,
It's-
but
it's
still
really
very
cool.
drinkable. So yeah, that's our pineapple wheat. That's one of our core beers. It originally started as a seasonal, but just took off. We had a few people who were like, "Please never stop making this." We said, "Okay."
I can see where this is like massive hit. Like, you know,
Yeah.
just talking to a lot of
Easy
people
drinking.
and like
yeah.
Easy drinking, not overly fruited. The pineapple's present, but it's not like, you know,
overpowering.
overpowering. It's not like too sweet of a beer where you're just drinking pineapple juice. It's still an American wheat. You get the flavors of the wheat and a beer with a nice pineapple finish, but nothing too overpowering. So
I like
That's,
it.
that's a summer sipper right
Yeah,
there, man.
Summer
Is that
sipper. I was just going to say,
Hang out,
crusher.
just-
sitting out on the
man.
boat
It's not
or
a
sitting
sipper.
down
You
at
guys,
the beach.
you guys just
Crush
slug
it.
those
both,
back.
you was one sip for both of you guys.
Yo,
One sip, everybody knows the rules.
yeah, that's why we don't have cameras here. Just catching us
Yeah, we called
slamming
you
down.
out though. Yeah, we called you out.
Thanks.
It is a crushy for sure. That's something like you could just sit with a 6-pack and
Yeah.
crush it.
And
out
that
of
I'm
the
talking
boat.
about when it's summer. It's technically winter here, but
Yes.
we don't have a winter. It's
Yeah,
beautiful Southern California.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's 75 today.
Yeah, in January.
it's like thing. It's like fall and spring. Thing.
Almost could have gotten away with shorts today. I think I went outside earlier. My son got a new what do you call it, scooter, and he was out there trying it out. And I went out there, and it was like borderline, like, well, there's a little bit of sun out here, maybe, but I still kept my sweats on because it was just a little too cold for me.
Did you guys ever have Razor scooters?
Yes,
Yeah, of
those were
course. Come
dope,
on.
dude. When those came out, dude, if you didn't have one, you weren't the cool kid.
Did you guys have a wheelie bar? I had a fucking wheelie bar.
Yeah, I had a wheel bar. I had like the wheels that lit up and the brakes and all that stuff.
What color was yours?
It was the blue one.
Oh shit, I had a green one. It came from Sharper Image.
Oh, you got it when it first came out when
That's right.
it was
Yeah,
expensive
yeah.
as hell.
That's right, dude.
I got it when
Yeah.
everyone else got it.
Yeah, when it got mass produced.
Yeah.
Same for me.
What was the one that Huffy made? They made one too. I can't remember what it was called, but it was the one that came out like right after Razor. But
And Razor just dominated the market.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
You
Well,
hit-
what was great about Razor was just like, you know, kudos to whoever invented it, man. They just made it so solid that like you could get a 400-pound dude on that thing and just it was solid. It wasn't going anywhere. Whereas,
the only problem though is if you hit like a little ass pebble, like a rock, your
yeah.
ass is going flying. Like,
yes, yeah. And I would see people haul ass down, you know, growing up in San Diego, like down by the beach, like, you know, hauling ass down those hills and dipping down on the beach. And I'm just like, there's not a whole lot of protection going on here. If
well,
you need
shit,
it.
dude. Speaking of scooters, electric scooters and San Diego. Remember when San Diego first got bird scooters? Holy shit, man! I saw some sketchy shit, like literally people just flying down the street. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
and they tell you to wear a helmet, but it's like, who is carrying a helmet around with them all the time? Like,
Nobody.
So
hold on, like,
I have a funny story about those. I don't know if it was Bird. It might have been another brand. But up in Sacktown, Sacramento, I was up there on a work trip, and the restaurant we were supposed to go meet our boss at was a little less than a mile. It was walkable, but the girls were like, let's rent these scooters. And I was like, I don't know if these things are safe or not. I don't know about that. And they're like, let's do it. So we all figure it out, you know, with your phone. You got to download an app and put your bank account thing on there, and you rent it, you know, by the minute or whatever. And so when we started going, and I was not happy about this at all. Like, I mean, I was so awkward on this thing. And so I'm cruising, and I'm trying to keep like a decent pace because I'm like, if you go too slow, you're going to fall. So I'm trying to go like fast enough to not fall, but not fast to where I'm like going to die kind of thing.
and you have to push a little bit to start it up too.
But, yeah. And so I get to a point where Sacramento's got a ton of trolley tracks. I come up to the trolley tracks, and I'm like, for whatever reason, I'm like, oh, well, we got to slow down because if I hit this too hard, I'm going to fall. Bad idea. I slowed down and then hit the trolley tracks, and then just kind of did one of those over to the side.
Slowly fall over.
It was very not very graceful at all. But I got back on, and we continued our cruise. And then as soon as we figured out that the Fieldworks Brewing was down the street from the restaurant we were at, and it was like halfway in between our hotel and the restaurant that we were at, I was like, I'm going to go there and then screw the scooter. I'm going to walk to Fieldworks, and then I'm going to walk back to the hotel when we're done with Fieldworks. And so no more scooter for me. But yeah, Fieldworks is good if you guys have never.
Dude.
I've been there.
Yeah, we already know, man.
Yeah.
I've been to the main location out there in Berkeley.
Berkeley,
Yeah.
definitely great beer. One thing that's crazy is their flights. I ordered a flight there, and they come out in these giant goblets, and
hell
I was
yeah.
like,
It's on like an I-bar. Like
So I asked for a flight. Those look like half pours because they literally were. They were, and I don't know if it's because I said I've never been here before or what, but she came out with these big old goblets, and I'm like, all right, well,
That's how they
guys,
come.
you're gonna have to help me out here.
yeah.
So good stuff.
Good
Hell yeah,
memories.
man.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for the scooter stories. Let's move into the next beer. So pineapple wheat, very, very good, crushable. So when you guys come here, if you're looking for something that is just a nice, easy beer to get into to start with, maybe get a taster of it or start your flight with it, definitely a great beer. So what are we getting into next?
Next is called a Raz Jam. This is a beer brewed with some of our team members here. So we try to do education as much as we can, and I always tell the employees if they come up with an idea and I use it, they have to come brew it with me.
That's badass.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
So a couple of our team members here and good friends of mine, they came up with this idea for this sour wheat beer with blackberries and raspberries, and then it has lactose as well. So this is one of those circumstances of them letting me really be creative. It's a yeast I had never used before. I've never made a sour wheat. I've never used lactose in a sour. Just basically everything about this beer was new to me, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's got a bite.
Yeah, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's got some nice acidity. It's definitely tart. The lactose was meant to balance, and I can only imagine how tart it would be without the lactose, but it's definitely not sweet, I wouldn't say.
No, not at all.
You get the raspberry and the blackberry, but they're also kind of acidic, so it's definitely got some tart punch to it. But yeah, it's a really nice beer. It's really fun to experiment with, so that was a fun one I thought you guys should try.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it's
fruit,
very cool.
The fruit's very prominent. Really, really pops.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of like sour hazy IPAs, but personally as a brewer, I just feel like it's a waste of hops because you're really showcasing just the fruit in those beers, and to put some sexy hops in those kind of beers to me is a waste of sexy hops.
I love it that he says sexy hops. We're not the only ones.
We're not the only ones that feel that.
No,
way.
I mean, hops are sexy if they're done right. Come on, let's get real.
You know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So to me, it was a good way for me to try this whole, sour wheat. I've seen quite a few of them, or like a milkshake style. Obviously, I feel like I would have had to add a lot more lactose to call it a milkshake. That's why it's a sour wheat. But yeah, I'm proud of it. I think it's a fun beer.
It's really cool.
I like it. What do you think, Christopher?
Yeah, it's good. I would not call it a milkshake at all because I'm drinking it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, I always buzz Chris balls, man. I always, every time we get like a milkshake IPA or something, like I always tell him, like, announce to everybody that Chris's new favorite beer just arrived or whatever. Right?
I'm a traditionalist. I don't like all the
school.
milkshake smoothie stuff.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if I was brewing just for me, we'd have nothing but lagers and West Coast IPAs on tap. But you got to realize, for me, like we're a business at the end of the day, and I've been doing this long enough to realize I need to make, try to make a diverse pour list. So I think
it's funny because when the show started, it kind of started with we're just going to drink the beers that we like, and then slowly but surely. It's funny because Brandan will laugh about this because he kind of kids that it's like one of my favorite beers, those heavily fruited sour beers. Mm-hmm. But at the beginning, both Josh and I, we hated sour beers with a passion. Absolutely hated sour beers. Didn't want anything to do with them. Did not like them. I could not stand that aftertaste. I was like, I want my beer to be a beer. I don't want that. If I wanted that, I would suck on a Jolly Rancher. Like I don't understand.
You're like, I know where Warheads are at if I need.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, and it just took a little bit of a challenge to the palates, and we started branching out, with the show and acquiring a bunch of beers from out of state and different things, and getting to know some of the breweries around here, and kind of in town or out of town. Like we met Jeremiah at King's and. Got to kind of open our eyes to different things, and there's so many different beers. Are they my favorite? No, but do I like them? And am I amazed at some of the combinations that some of the brewers come up with? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And the presentation on them, like this is a beautiful color.
Yeah,
you
nice.
pour that, it comes out, and you're just like, that is going to be something different.
Yeah.
So my suggestion, I said pineapple wheat start off. If somebody says I don't like beer.
Yeah, right.
This is probably something to try.
I was going to say that too. And those types of beers that you're talking about, they really, they bring a whole new, clientele into the world of craft beer, and I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of guys that are like, I want my IPA, I want a lager, I want to, there are some strange people that are strictly Belgium. There's no offense to the Belgium drinkers, I just don't get it. But it's cool to have something like this because now bring your friend in that's like, I don't like beer. I like, cocktails, like fruity cocktails.
Yeah.
Right.
Here, try this. You can drink about 4 or 5 of these to your one cocktail.
Yeah.
And that's a cool beer to have. Definitely good. I'm almost thinking about like, how would this taste if you threw a little peanut butter in there?
You want to put peanut butter in everything.
I thought about it too, dude. Because I was actually thinking, I was like, is Joe going to say there's peanut butter in here? Because I think I'd see this table lift up a little bit over on my side of.
I did so many peanut butter beers at Aftershock and Garage.
Yeah.
Threw you off.
I just haven't done a peanut butter here. And they'll ask me sometimes, we ever do a peanut butter beer? I was like, I can make an amazing peanut butter
I'm
beer.
fucking great at it. I've been doing it forever.
And they're like, we'll do it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I will eventually, obviously. But for now,
You let me know. I'll come brew that with you.
Well, don't go to that one yet. Let's do this one first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a collab actually with Solaris, another local brewery out of Marietta.
Oh yeah, dude, those are homies.
Chad and Skylar.
Shout out to the homies.
Yes, amazing friends of mine. And so we did a black lager, or Schwartz beer as it's known.
Hell
And,
yeah.
we just put that
Dude,
on
one of my
this-
favorite styles, man.
Yes, and it came out. So you guys try it.
So I was reading the can earlier.
Smelling that,
and
man.
they've got the
Smells so
floor malted grain
oh,
in
yeah,
here,
man.
like in that
Like the Golden Tiger,
yeah.
man. Yeah, that. There's the Heater Allen Bierstadt Lagerhaus and Wayfinder collab that we got a hold of, me and Chris, and it was a floor malted. These floor malts.
I was lucky enough to try that beer. That was
fucking
a
great, isn't
phenomenal
it?
beer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Both of those breweries make phenomenal beers.
I still have one left over, and I'm saving it for Jeremiah. I told him I would save it for him, and
see
if
it.
you're listening to this,
We'll see him.
I still have that can of beer for you, man.
Delicious beer. Great job on this, Chad and Skylar.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys are going to be doing lots of collabs here back and forth.
This is second collab. We did a collab here. We did a sour blonde in La Crema Chardonnay barrels. There are actually 2 barrels left. One is on local peaches, and another one I believe is on local nectarines.
Oh, wow.
Wow, man.
Yeah, so and then we have one more keg. I have been saving one last keg of the collab, the first collab we did, which was that same beer, but with, I want to say peaches and, what else do we put in that? I forget. I have to look at my books. It's been sitting there for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
That's awesome.
That's
yeah,
awesome,
those
man.
guys, one of the, what we like, we've done a show with the fellas over at Solaris, and definitely probably do something again with them in the future because they're great guys. But what I love about them as brewers, and as well as the tap room itself, just the creativity and the wildness about themselves, their personalities, and their little spot. I mean, they got art shows going on, vinyl nights. I mean, just a cool place to hang out. So definitely check those guys out.
Yeah, for sure. Check out the vinyl night, man. That's the bee's knees.
I'll
I
be there
love that.
tomorrow, yeah.
It's so dope.
Thursday night vinyl.
Thursday night, bring your own vinyl.
Oh, yeah, man. Super legit, man.
It's very diverse.
Absolutely.
I love that you'll be there, and it'll be Ongo Bongo and TLC and then some heavy metal.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
I love that.
I was there, and we had Chicago, and then some crazy alien music.
I brought my Boston.
We had Boston when we
yeah,
were
Bring
there.
anything you want.
Yeah.
It's such a good time. Michael Jackson, I heard a couple times. Prince, love
It's
it.
yeah,
great.
man.
There's they do not discriminate on whatever vinyl it is you place
Not
in
at
front
all.
of them.
Yeah, it's a great time.
This is absolutely amazing.
Yes, that beer came out so
love
good. It was
this.
such a fun brew day. We forgot to take pictures because we were having too much fun actually, brewing the beer and really took our time and had fun making the water profile. And
I can only imagine those two, when they really get into it, how wild and crazy they are personality wise, but actually brewing, they're probably just on a whole nother level.
they're studious, I guess is a good word. They're very dedicated to what they do. They are crazy, but when it comes to beer, man, they just love what they do.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's contagious. So
awesome.
As soon as I met them, I knew they were going to be friends of mine.
Great,
For sure.
I love that.
Great
It's
brewery to
fucking
do
awesome.
stuff with.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
as soon as we met them, I had met Chad before, but when we went there for the podcast, as soon as we sat down and started talking to them, I already knew we were click right away, and the show was extremely fun. I had a blast.
Yeah.
And the beers are amazing.
Yep, 100%. So yeah, this is a very fun collab to do. Like you said, we'll definitely be doing more and more stuff in the future. They're good friends of mine, so I can't wait
Good
to do more
stuff.
and
So
more.
shout out to Solaris Brewing.
And you know it's legit because that's the beer you've been sipping on all night, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
this is,
man.
my third pint.
Yeah.
Quiet.
That's the go-to.
That's what's up.
I've been loving this beer.
Dude, it's so good.
Did a great job. All I did was show up for brew day and mess around, and they made a great beer after there. So
One of my favorite styles, very similar to the Kunkel Dunkel, right? The Kunkel Dunkel. I just like it because I love stouts and porters, but you can't drink a lot of stouts and porters.
Yeah.
So I can drink this and get the flavor profile that I'm looking for in a stout and a porter, but I can crush it.
yeah, 5%
And enjoy it.
Yeah, light, crisp finish. Yeah.
I'm just picturing this right now in a giant liter stein, just dancing on top of a table in Munich, Germany, having a good time. Yeah.
I like it.
Good stuff. Great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's next on our excursion here on the flight?
Next is another one of our cores. It's called Pine Grove.
Yeah.
It's a West Coast style IPA.
Ooh, Brando's going to be excited for you. Look at that. Look at the clarity on that.
Yeah.
It's a great name.
Non-filtered.
It's a good band, too. Check them out. Pine Grove.
Hey, look at you. All right. I like it.
I saw them at Pappy and Harriet's, dude.
Oh, awesome, man.
Fucking bad. It's one of the best shows I've ever been to.
I can't wait to see them live.
They're so good.
They're amazing.
Another bit, speaking real quick, of Pappy and Harriet's, kind of bummed out. Co-Eden Cambria is playing there, and it's sold out in like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Fucking sucks, man. I love them
ridiculous.
so much.
Yeah.
And if anybody, if you're listening, Pappy and Harriet's in Pioneer Town, it's going up to like Joshua Tree and Yucca. Go to a show there or just hang out there and drink beer and eat. The food's really good. Go check it out. It's fucking badass. But yes, Pine Grove, fucking badass name.
Yes.
And West Coast IPAs all fucking day, baby.
Yeah.
What you
Cheers
got?
to that, man.
All right, let's go.
Cheers, boys.
Can't top that intro.
Right?
That's how I introduce every beer that I talk about.
So, fun fact, all our beers are named after songs, bands, or inspired by a song or band, because one of my biggest passions outside of here is music. So, when you asked earlier if I've listened to podcasts, I don't listen to any podcasts because all I do is listen to music. The more new music I can find, the happier I am. I'm a big music nerd. This is one other reason I love the Solaris boys. They're big music nerds.
Oh, dude, we can talk about that.
All the time. Yeah, for sure. But, so...
Good too.
Yeah.
Raz Jam, Glory Days, Pine Grove, Pineapple Ship, everything's named after a song or a band. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I've noticed that a lot of breweries have kind of done something like that. Have you ever been to Idlewild Brew Pub?
I have not.
So a lot of their beers will have either something to do with like a famous musician or a song. When the name of the beer. So really, really cool. Don put the head brewer, co-owner up there. He was a musician before a brewer.
Oh, cool.
So he's really into music too. So you guys would hit it off. You guys maybe should hook up for a collab.
Well, and as brewers, most of the days we're working, we're listening to music. So it's what gets us through our day. So we all pretty passionate about
What's the go-to brew house music when you're in there brewing it up? What are you jamming to?
I have a Sirius XM satellite, so I listen to a lot of XMU and then Indie 1.0. I like indie music a lot, so anything really that on those channels. And then sometimes I have like YouTube and I'll put on like a mix, but we could talk about that for a long time.
No, seriously. Especially, dude, like that's literally me and Chris, we're hanging out at the Craft Lounge. It's literally like back and forth music.
I love it.
All night.
Yeah. When I can sit down with someone and name an obscure band, like for you to say Pine Grove, I'm like, oh, we're going to be friends. You know this?
Oh, yeah, man. Of course.
I love that.
Music and beer, man. It just unites people. It's
The
awesome.
rare times that I stump Brandon with a beer with a band he's never heard, it like makes my night
Oh, I love it. That's cool.
Dude.
because he's hard to stump.
Yeah, those are cool friendships. I love that because I love to learn about new bands from friends.
Oh, yeah, man.
When you're like, oh, I've never heard of them, I have to listen to them.
Well, when we get done, with this, then I can I'll give you a whole list.
Yeah, I love it.
As well as Brando, you were in a band at one point. in
Yeah,
your life.
man.
Yeah.
I played in a couple bands. When I was about 18 years old, I played in a hardcore band called R and Rage, and we played a bunch of shows. We played like, we do the regular circuit, like Chain Reaction, and we got down at like Whiskey A Go Go and stuff like that, and played a couple festivals and things like that. It was fun. Then I played in a band called Kitty Karloff. Both these bands from Beaumont, California. And then we jammed out, like we did Glass House and Chain and all that stuff, and it's a lot of fun, man. Just like
It's always fun because sometimes he gets recognized from that.
That's
cool. A small world. one of the beer tenders there at Solaris filmed one of your music videos or something like that.
Yeah, so he was in one of our music videos.
He's in the music.
Yeah,
video.
but
Cool.
but Justin and Clay, Clay, I saw him over there the other day, or when we were over there doing the podcast. Justin and Clay, they did our music video for both two music videos. One for a song called Architect, The Architect, and one for a song called Sorry. And that was Kitty Karloff. The OG days, man.
That's dope.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Small world.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Music and beer.
Yeah,
That's right, man.
So the
Very
beer
nice.
itself, kind of a traditional West Coast, but a little bit different. So Centennial, Citra, Cashmere, and Simcoe. I fermented on a Kvike Hornindal. I'm not sure if you guys are super
Yeah.
familiar
Oh, yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
So this is the first brewery where I've had say in my house strain. And I've decided instead of doing Cal Ale, I did Kvike Hornindal.
That's cool, man. And you can get away with a few degrees. You have to worry about
When it gets
getting
hot
in
out here,
getting
no
in
worries.
flavors. Yeah.
Oh man, in the summer and obviously it's great having this building on the pond, but it's also a very old building, so we have a lot of issues with.
That's a lot of heat in.
Yeah, well, we get brownouts and we don't have the greatest internet because we're kind of off the grid. We're on our own little island here,
Yeah.
Sure.
With the new condos being built behind here, that will change. But for now, it's tough. So during the summer, we have a lot of brownouts, and my glycol chiller has it'll go out. It's prone to go out.
Oof.
So it's really nice to have a strain that I don't worry that if it does go out in the middle of the night, a majority of my beers, with the exception of like the lager and a few beers, but it's nice to not have to worry about the beer being dumped.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of that. So.
No, and the Kvike, it definitely gives you some insurance.
Yeah, it does, and it's also got a nice quality. It ferments at a lower temperature, ferments very clean. At a higher temperature, so that's at 65.
Oh, nice.
The pineapple chip you guys tried was at 75.
That's on Kvike too.
That's also on Hornindal.
That's badass.
Yeah. So the Zed that you're going to try next is also on Hornindal. So it's really cool, and it's been a lot of fun for me to be able to experiment with that strain as one of my favorite strains, and then also to try other Kvike strains here that
Nice.
not a lot of people are doing. I'm almost borderline a farmhouse brewery considering I'm using
Yeah.
Right.
90% Kvike's, but all my beers are clean, and you just get used to how to use strains, and
Right.
so it's fun.
Dude, excellent utilization of the hops, man. They all come through very nicely, and
Thank you. Thank you.
very
Yeah.
well balanced, and nice bitterness. It's just like all around very well rounded West Coast IPA.
Thank you. Yeah,
Very
that's
good.
my go-to for sure.
Yeah, it's super good. That's my favorite so far.
I can appreciate it because one, the presentation on it is, if you're saying what do I need to look for when I look at a West Coast IPA? When I look at it, the clarity on it was absolutely beautiful. So you did a great job there. What I appreciate about it is, again, another beer that I wasn't quite fond of back in the day was West Coast style, and now I am, only because I was only trying one kind, right? And so I'm like, all right, so there's other West Coast style IPAs out here, different strains of yeast, different hop profiles, different, you can be made differently, and eventually you'll find one. And this one is just super smooth. It's not overly bitter. But it still has that little bit of bitterness that you're looking for in a West Coast IPA. So you did a really, really good job on that one. So for those of the beer nerds that are like, I need a West Coaster, definitely hit this one up. Get yourself a pint. Don't mess with a taster. You're going to enjoy it. I promise.
Thank you.
That's right. Give it a shot. Maybe a little BC if you want. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think? The Christopher Martin,
The West Coast IPA.
one of your styles.
It is. I love a good West Coast IPA. This is everything that you would look for in that style. Super crisp, super clean. It's got a little sweetness on the back end too, probably from that Kvike.
I
like
use
it.
a little bit of honey malt.
And honey malt too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll do it.
that would lend a little sweetness as well.
Yeah. I wanted to. For me personally, palate wrecker is always fun, but like I said earlier, you got to play to your audience, and being that we're a restaurant, I wanted to have a little bit more of a malt backbone. Normally, my West Coast IPAs are all churro only, but I knew coming into this place, I wanted to have something with a little more balance to that bitterness, something that could go well with food. So I thought honey malt would be a great addition. It's cool that you picked that up. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Mine and Chris's palates have been wrecked since 2006. Actually,
Oh yeah, Green Flash, Wrecking Pallets.
yeah,
man,
baby.
Those were my favorites back in the day.
That's
I
right.
love those.
R.I.P. Green Flash. R.I.P.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Speaking of beer news, sometimes I throw that in here on the show. Right there. Thank you. Breaking news. So last time we talked about Bells, right? And they sold out. Big news out of San Diego. Kings and Convicts has now taken over the St. Archer facilities in both the San Diego location as well as the Leucadia location. And they're going to actually have Kings and Convicts as opposed to Ballast Point. So you're going to see Kings and Convicts, which is a Chicago-based brewery, in San Diego at some point in 2022. So they purchased both facilities, so they're going to actually brew here on the West Coast as well as have the tasting rooms. So interesting.
Wow.
I've never actually had Kings and Convicts. I've been wanting to try them just because they bought Ballast Point, and I want to see what they're all about.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting. They didn't actually buy the name St. Archer. Molson said we're just done with it. We're not going to make it anymore. So they sold them the buildings on the cheap. Oh, cool. And so they're like, because I think they were actually looking at a spot in Wisconsin, and they're like, shit, if I can get San Diego for Wisconsin prices, here we go.
Yep.
So Kings and Convicts, welcome to the West Coast. We'll have to see what you guys are all about.
Yeah, they are bargain bin hunters, aren't they? They got steal of a deal on Ballast Point. They got a steal of a deal on a good St. Archer facility.
Man. Yeah.
Well, which San Diego brewery are they going to get next? No, I'm just kidding.
Right? They're going to get the trifecta.
Just playing. But maybe.
Right? Awesome. What beer do we have next here, Joe?
Yes. This one is Zed and 2 Knots. So this is an Imperial Oatmeal Brown Ale.
Let's go.
Cool.
Aged in Heaven Hill bourbon barrels with coffee and vanilla.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That coffee smacks my nose holes. Like
it's a local coffee roaster as well. Rusted Iron Coffee. Shout out to Stacy. He'll do custom blends for me, which is really nice. And then the Heaven Hill bourbon barrels are always good. And then a little bit of vanilla as we said earlier, just to kind of round out everything.
Wow.
I'm very proud of that beer. We're getting low on that, but I wanted
you did that on purpose.
That's so bomb, dude.
Gave us the last one there.
Yes.
Did that on purpose. That is a dessert beer if I've ever had one.
Yeah,
it is, but it isn't. Like there's some really nice. You get the molasses notes, but you get some really nice leathery notes in there too.
Yeah. I feel like we should be out on the deck smoking.
It's pretty in depth,
yeah.
A nice glass.
It's got a lot going on. Like I said, I'm very proud of that beer. It's a fun one.
All right, this is my favorite now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We haven't even got to that point yet.
Yeah.
And you're already calling it. It's one sip. Everybody knows.
Not even a contest in my mind, really.
Yeah, dude. Seriously,
that beer is pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's one of the more like creative. That's like a passion project of mine. That one definitely I've brewed a few times as a home brewer and brought it here as something that I just really enjoyed doing, and I wanted to do on a big scale and bring more people into what I'm doing with that one. So,
dude,
how does it do well here at the brewery? Like. People catch on to it, or
it's tough. It's more of the beer nerds, I would say, because the average person is going to reads the description and goes, "I'm good." But when the beer nerds come in and they try it, usually it's an instant sale, and they take.
You just need one to try it, and then they're going to pass it around to all their buddies.
Yeah, and then everyone's got a pour, and then everyone takes a can home, which is really nice. Yeah, so it's definitely more of like a niche crowd. It's more of the beer nerds, people who like the barrel aged stuff, and. Like I said, it's nice to be able to do that, and that's why I brought you kind of like a mixed fighter where I get, some of those core beers and then some of the fun stuff I like to do, like the barrel-aged stuff, because from the beginning, they always wanted me to have a barrel-aged program, which is awesome, and it's been really fun to be able to do that in a brew pub environment.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's been a super dope flight. It kind of showcases a little bit of everything you do.
Yeah, that was the idea. Yeah, because like I said, I got 10 beers, but you guys got to drive tonight. So
that's right.
Yeah,
we'll have to come back for the back
round 2,
6.
Part 2.
Yeah, for sure. Always welcome. Always welcome. You have to get a hotel out here and do like us and Solaris at once.
Oh yeah, in one night.
Yeah, you ain't driving nowhere that night.
Yeah, that'd be a rough day.
I don't know, rough is the right word.
Because how we did it when we went to Houston, we did one a day, kind of. There was that second day where
the second day was not one. It was 3.
It was 3.
It's a rough day.
So we actually did one show, but then we ended up partying at another brewery for a VIP party, and then that closed. Then we went to another brewery that was the one that's open the latest in Houston.
Yeah,
and had more there, and that's where you got
lost. there was an Astros game going on. Astros and the Angels were playing, and so I think that's why they said they were open so late, because there's a bunch of stragglers from the game.
Money to be had. Yeah,
that's right.
Closing early for
good stuff. Well, definitely a great mix of beers here, Joe. You're really doing a great job here at Oscars Brewing Company. What do you got planned for the future here? I know you had told us about brew festival that you entered for Minneapolis, right?
Yeah, World Beer Cup. Entered that for the first time in my career, so I'm very stoked and nervous about that for sure. So I entered 5 beers for that. We want to do a lot more festivals this year, a lot more barrel age releases, more bottle releases. I'm also hoping to do more like dinners, like pairing dinners.
Sick.
Yeah, what's nice to have the head chef here who's really into beer, and I'm really into cooking, because before this I was going to be a chef, but I decided the kitchen was just too much for me. Yeah. So I went into brewing, but I'm still very passionate about cooking. So the two of us get together once a quarter, and we make a collab series. So we're going to concentrate more on those, and then do releases hopefully with like a dinner. So we release a sour, then everything at that dinner will be like fermented sour food. Or if we release a barrel aged beer, then everything at that dinner will be smoked over the same barrel wood.
Gnarly.
That the beer, yeah. So we have a lot of fun ideas, cheese dinners, etc. Nice. Yeah. So hopefully towards the summer more, kind of when we're not super busy, and we can host these kind of events without overtaxing the kitchen. Yeah. So that's a big plan for us. We're excited about that.
That's awesome.
That's dope. Shout out to cheese.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, dude.
Everybody loves cheese.
Hell yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Big cheese heads here.
Yeah.
That's right.
On the podcast.
Oh, totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know when we do that. That's going to be a fun event. Yeah. Cheese and beer pairings are one of my favorite things I've ever done.
Hell yeah, man.
Pop quiz. Favorite cheese, Brandon?
Oh, shit. This is really not cool. Why would you ask me that? I have so many favorites.
Only one.
Oh,
you know mine.
Yeah, and it's one of my favorites too, and I want to mention it, but wait, are you talking about styles or like a specific cheese?
Specific cheese.
Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with the one that Chris is going to say too.
Steal mine? Yeah, steal it. I've got so many.
A Humboldt Fog, dude, is like my shit.
Oh, that's a great cheese.
Cypress Grove Humboldt Fog.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Fire. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have another one?
Absolutely. So when I worked at Whole Foods and I got to work with the cheesemongers, they gave me this. I think it was like a 15-year aged, cave aged Gouda, and you bite into this cheese and you can feel the crunch of the crystals.
Oh yeah.
And that cheese, I shit you not, tastes just like biting into a caramel.
Dude, it's crazy. Yeah, I've had a Gouda like that. That was in. We go down to downtown LA. Grand Central Market, and there's a cheese counter. It's a LA cheese, fucking downtown LA cheese, fucking badass, dude. I highly recommend go check it out. I'll go down there and hit up Highland Park Brewery, all those homies down there. But hit up that cheese counter. They have an aged Gouda that has that. First time I ever had that, I was like, well, that's fucking weird. It tastes like caramel.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Wild, man. It's beautiful. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the cave age stuff. We were just talking. The chef and I were just talking about that today. How it crystallizes, and those little crystals are said to release endorphins. So we call them happy crystals.
Oh yeah,
perfect.
I love those.
So what's your favorite? I guess. Well, we'll say style.
I mean, I like blue cheese. Gorgonzolas, I'm a big fan of. But like we were just saying, the cave age, anything with crystals in them, like the cheddars. And, oh my god, I'm a big fan of the older and the stinkier, and I love it. I love
that.
Taleggio. That is stinky cheese.
I'm my personal choice smoked Gouda, just about any kind. I think Sprouts. I'm trying to think of the company. It might actually be Boar's Head, but that smoked Gouda is just like a go-to. Like not too expensive. It's a little pricey compared to most cheeses, but it's super, it's got that oomph that you're looking for in smoked Gouda. So my favorite thing to do with that is I'll take it and I'll make a hot roast beef sandwich and then put the smoked Gouda on top and let it melt a little bit. So good.
That sounds amazing. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Cheese.
Shout out to cheese and shout out to Oscars Brewing Company in Temecula, California. So we're gonna end the show kind of. Then we're gonna have some bonus material afterwards because we have some beers to share.
There's a lot of bonus.
There's a lot of bonus.
Yeah, man.
That's okay. So, but it's been great. Thank you for having us here at Oscars Brewing Company. If you guys want to know how to get here, it is just off the 15 freeway in Temecula, California. If you're heading northbound, you're gonna get off on Rancho, California, hang a right. And like Joe said, you can't miss it. It's up on the hill. There's a big duck pond down below, and you'll see the sign for Oscars Brewing Company. If you're coming south from Los Angeles or any of the areas up north, you're going to exit and make a left and go over the freeway. And again, you can't miss it. On your right-hand side, Yanez and Rancho, California. Chris has some glitter water now. That's pretty awesome. So
Keeping all the
again,
glitter in my
definitely
cup,
check out Oscars Brewing Company. Come and get some awesome and amazing food. The chef here is amazing. And Joe, you're doing a great job brewing the beers. So definitely keep it up, and we'll look forward to hopefully you have some good success there at the brewing competition in May. So we'll keep an eye on that. And keep us posted when the cheese pairing is, because you guys all just heard we love our cheese.
Oh, 100%.
So we'll be here. But yeah, thanks a lot for having us, and keep it up, man.
Thanks for having me. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, cheers.
And on that note, you get to hear our ending of the show.
They also practice by drinking the urine of a ram.
The what?
They drink ram's piss.
Because of the pH balance?
No, because if you can drink ram's piss, fuck, you can drink almost anything.
She said fuck.
Oh, what is the malted liquor? What gets you drunk or quicker? What comes in bottles or in cans? Beer! Can't get enough of it. Beer! How we really love it. Beer! Makes me think I'm a man. Beer! I could kiss and hug it, beer! But I'd rather chug it. Beer! Got my belly out to here. Beer! I could not refuse it. Beer! I could really use it. Beer! 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 I can't remember how much I have had. I drank a 12-pack with my dad.
Welcome back.
Oh, man.
That's good stuff. Grandma never gets old.
I just think of Grandma was a whore. Right now she was.
That realization, yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
man, what a funny
We
moment.
figured it out.
Like,
I know what you're thinking, but Germans have warmed sausages that way for hundreds of years. I got to bring up, it was really funny when we were doing the tasters earlier, and Joe kind of sneakily opened the can, like kind of under the table. He didn't want to disturb anything. Little does he know
What
that
you're in
we
for.
actually lean into the can open.
Yeah, for the ASMR sound creeps. Yeah, they love
That's
it.
true. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and you know, we're talking about Germany and warming sausages and things like that. We got a German style lager Marsen from Fortress Beer Works. This was actually sent to us by Daniel, who we heard earlier. Feathered Serpent, and this is it's from Spring, Texas. Does anybody know where that is?
It's in Texas.
Yep.
It's in Texas.
Tejas.
Somewhere in between Houston and Dallas.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I don't really know.
I don't either.
Between El Paso
Somebody
and
in Spring
the
is
border.
like, this asshole.
All right, here we go. I know, like, son of a bitch. He's like, he's from the.
And we do have a lot of listeners in Texas, so we probably just pissed somebody
It's like
off.
from a. He's like this cowpoke from the shittier Beaumont. Like he's all mad. There we go.
There it is.
Oh,
My gosh,
That's the good stuff.
that was a
That was a
that was
squirter.
a live one. Let's take a look at this guy or gal. I don't know what. That's pretty. Very nice, like light copper color.
I bet they use Munich.
Oh yeah.
It smells nice.
Or maybe it's like a or maybe it's like a what do you call it? Kunkel Dunkel. It's a it's a Marsen without Munich.
It's a fortress of a beer.
Cheers.
All right,
You
so
guys up?
hold on, let me.
All right.
Cheers.
So do a cheers to
Prost.
Josh too. Right,
Sláinte
here.
to Josh. He loves this kind of beer, so
Right up his alley.
Okay. All right. So this Fortress Beer Works is a traditional German amber lager with rich, toasty, and bready malt flavor. Clean hop bitterness offers up a dry finish. It's the perfect year-round beer regardless of Oktoberfest. Marzen Lager.
Getting kind of that honey malt sweetness.
Oh,
from
yeah.
it, too,
Sweet.
man.
Yeah,
Totally.
a little breadiness though.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very nice.
All right, we're gonna be moving fast. You guys ready?
We're going. We're moving fast.
It's Grand Prix it. Let's go.
All
You
right.
put them all in your glitter glass.
Put it in the glitter glass for good luck.
I kind of want to. Yeah. It's so thick, right?
So this is one of my home brews, man. So if you want to put glitter in it, then go for it.
What'd you make?
This is a North English style brown ale, and I use. I got some. What do I have there? Okay, I got some pale malt. Use a British crystal malt blend, and then I got a little. I like a special roast. Actually, Josh turned me on to special roast, and then I got a little. What else? I got some carapils and some chocolate wheat. Actually,
Nice.
I've never used chocolate wheat before in a beer, and this beer is actually really, really interesting and kind of new for me. I've never brewed a brown before, and when I was thinking about browns, I wanted to lean more towards like an English style brown because I prefer an English style brown. But I used a really, really cool experimental hop. It's called HBC 472, and it boasts some pretty cool notes of like whiskey barrels. It has some nice coconut notes. It has a little bit of I get some like black tea kind of character from it. It's really complex and cool. Some like vanilla, some caramel. It's really fucking
Some tobacco.
wild. Yeah, it has that kind of like musty, kind of like tobacco-y, leathery kind of quality too.
That's awesome.
Drinks really nice and clean, but has all that wild, robust hop character. I really, really like this one.
And it may or may not have glitter.
It may or may not have glitter in it.
That's a new trend. Daniel, you've started glitter and everything.
That's right.
That's a new Modelo coming out. Glitter Especial. Hey,
Oh yeah.
You whacked your mic,
I
Christopher.
remember my first box.
There's too many things on the table right now. It's just I'm a mess over here. Don't mind
we
me.
can put stuff on this back table.
I know, dude. There's so much stuff on this table.
Whatever, there's tables all
Yeah,
around. You
yeah.
feel free to unload that crap out of your way, but don't spill that on the equipment.
Yeah, no.
It's frowned upon.
Yeah.
So Chris has had this beer before.
I have. I really enjoy this beer.
Thank you.
That's a really nice nose.
It's cool, huh? I really like it.
Caramel, chocolate.
I just want to point out the beautiful head that you get on there.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great job.
he gives good head. For the ASMR guys, right?
There you go. Lean into
A
it.
lot going on there.
There
Yeah,
it is.
it's just, yeah. I agree. You get like some leather and then like some very unique hop qualities in that.
Right.
Yeah, that's a very interesting brown. You said English style?
It's a northern English style brown. So I was going for something like the body of like a Newcastle, essentially,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
but with a heavy utilization of that HBC 472.
Yeah, definitely.
I like when you mess around with stuff, Brandon.
Yeah,
because
man.
You knock out of the park a lot of traditional style beers, but sometimes you play around and have a little fun.
Yeah,
Come out with
man.
some good stuff.
Thank you so much. This was definitely something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I kind of just, I was looking at Yakima, that's where I order my hops from, and YakimaValleyHops.com. And I was looking on there, and they have this really cool profile.
plug?
It was.
Okay.
Hey, they love me. They write love notes to me. Actually, they write love notes to everyone. I don't know if
yeah.
it just says thanks. But yeah, I was looking. They have this cool little thing on their website where you can like pick like what kind of aromatic qualities or aromatic character you want, and I was going for something of that of like coconutty kind of like robust kind of nose, and I wanted to utilize it in a beer like this, so I just kind of clicked on there, and then there it was, HBC 472.
Very
And,
nice.
That's awesome.
And then and then this is what happened, and it's cool. A lot of late edition, and it is dry hopped as well.
It's been a couple months since I last tried this too. It has evolved a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's rounded out very nicely.
Good. I'm excited because Brando and myself, we're going to be brewing our first beer together.
That's right. It's gonna be pretty fantastic.
If you guys didn't see it on the social media pages,
Little tasty New England style IPA with 100% Vic Secret hops. Should be pretty fucking cool.
hoping to get that tropically pineapple flavor from the Vic Secret, because usually that's what you get from it. So that's why I was hoping using just that hop alone, we should be able to pull that off.
Yeah, that one sheds off a lot of oil, man. You can definitely get some really, really cool turnout on the nose, especially in late edition dry hopping for that one for sure.
Yeah, so we're going to call it Miami Vic.
Miami Vic, that's right.
You'll be
dude.
seeing it soon.
That's right, dude.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Stoked.
pump
This is
it-
a good beer. What do you think, Joe?
I like it. Yeah, it's great homebrew. No diacetyl. Proud of you.
Oh yeah, man. I don't.
He's been working on it for a while.
Honestly, I don't know if I've ever. I'm just saying. I don't think I've ever, had that D problem. You know,
That's
what I'm saying?
good. Yeah.
Never had a problem with the D.
Never had a problem with the D.
A lot of homebrewers, man, a lot of the time, what's wrong with it? 9 times out of 10,
Diacetyl.
the heavy D.
Yeah, the heavy D up in the B. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why does every beer taste like a Band-Aid?
Yeah,
You
Band-Aid,
get that a lot,
boxes,
too,
cardboard. You get butter.
Yeah, homebrewing is actually harder than professional brewing.
Right.
Fun fact.
Yep.
It's tough, man. People who make good homebrew, I got mad respect for you. It is. I brewed for a very long time, and actually just 2 years ago, I finally decided not to homebrew anymore because I could brew whatever I wanted. But
Sure.
And that makes kind of like your own homebrew when you make something fun or exciting.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to be able to do it here and share it with a lot more people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you make a 5-gallon batch, you get 50 bottles maybe.
Yeah.
Here you make a 500-gallon batch, you're gonna get it out to some people.
You're good for a minute. Yeah.
So it's nice.
Yeah, I'm stoked. All my homebrewing equipment's been in storage since we moved in with the mother-in-law. But for Christmas, the beer wife got me the old Brewzilla system. So gonna get back to brewing myself. Get that all-in-one system going. So we'll probably play with that too as well.
Fudge, yeah.
So since you've already actually brewed on it before, so
I have. Well, I've brewed on something very similar.
Yeah, the Robo Brewer.
Robo Brew, yeah.
Same thing.
Is that like a Grainfather? Or
Yeah, to the extent.
All in one. It's got a built-in pump.
So I've been interested. If I get back into homebrewing, I'm like, I want one of those. Those are cool.
Yeah.
The
It
way,
takes up so much less space than all the stuff that I had
the
that was
way
like
things have
hand-me-down.
advanced in homebrewing since I started homebrewing freaking 10, 12 years ago, man.
I'm still doing stuff kind of old school. I just do 10-gallon igloos.
Igloos, that's what it was.
It works really well.
Yeah,
Dude.
they're insulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, it was funny. Everyone I knew, everyone was doing it out of igloos, 5-gallon buckets, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and now it's come a long way. Big mouth bubblers, and
Oh yeah, man. I have stainless steel fermenters.
I would say the SS Brewtech
do.
stuff. And
Dude, hey, shout out to Delta Brewing Systems, man. I got this fucking badass 8-gallon conical fermenter that's just bitching.
that's so cool to have a conical.
I was really sad because Chad and Skylar had a couple conicals that they were giving away.
Don't remind
And
me.
I was up in Idlewild and could not go get one. I was like, oh my God, Brandon, go get these
I
for us.
messaged them literally okay, they posted 40 minutes later. I wrote them and they were like, sorry, we already told someone we're going to, hook them up. I was like, fuck. I was like, that would have been so badass, dude.
Yeah, because I was like,
That's all right,
grab
though.
one for you, grab one for me, or grab two for you, grab one for me. And
I was like, fuck, dude, we're like ready to start a brewery now.
let's roll.
That's all you need. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, just
totally. Yeah.
that's all you need.
That's it.
There's some really good breweries have started by becoming hand-me-down breweries from others.
Without a doubt, 100%.
Good stuff.
Next.
All right, what else do you have in
We're
there?
chewing through the bag of goodies here.
I see that.
What do you think we should do here?
Oh, jeez.
All right, hang on here.
Oh boy.
Yep, there we are. We'll be okay. Okay, we got a sour. We got this is what I'm really really excited for. We got a good old it's a double black IPA, and then we got a little little ghost
DDH Ghost.
little ghost in the machine. Yeah, double dry hop.
Nice.
So what do you guys want?
Let's do what you want.
Okay.
You want that double black? Let's do it.
Well,
Best for last.
for our
Yeah,
palate,
that might be a palate record.
for our palate's sake. I think I'm gonna do this.
Oh, you're gonna go Ghost.
Let's do that first.
All right. So, fun fact: Parish Brewing Ghost. This is very hard beer to come by, and I got the chance to try both the regular Ghost in the machine and then the double dry hop Ghost, and I can tell you that much like the Pliny, the double dry hop is better.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people get mad at me when I say that. They're like, how dare you? I'm like, dude, the double dry hop Pliny is so good.
Anytime you say anything derogatory about Pliny at all, you're going to get people jumping all over you.
Oh yeah, definitely. We've tested that.
Yeah.
at the craft lounge. Anytime someone says like blind pick is better, or like someone freaks out.
You can't have your own opinion. Mine is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Pliny is the be-all, end-all, according to some. Speaking of Pliny, they announced today that they are pushing back the Pliny the Younger release. It was supposed to be in February. Now it's going to be March going into April.
That's a fun mecca trip to do at least once in your beer nerd career.
I've not done that yet.
It's fun.
Yeah, I would love to though.
It's fun now
To go for the release and snag it. Yeah.
No,
You've
fuck
done
that.
Yeah, well, right before
Those lines are
COVID.
killer.
Yeah, so imagine driving 8 hours to wait 8 hours in line.
Yeah, no.
No, fuck that.
But also, right before COVID, we did this, and COVID hit, and we couldn't go on a trip for another year. So we all looked at each other like, "Thank God we did that."
Yeah.
Even
And you
though
were
at the
you were
time-
able to get it?
Yeah, we went to both locations. We stayed out there for the weekend. So one day we did the original.
Yeah.
And the next day we did the Windsor, and so we were able to get double our allotment because of
Man,
that.
that's nuts.
Yeah, and it's just fun. The people, the vibes. You know, everyone's there in the same.
They're all beer nerds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Whoa. Smell this from a mile away.
Oh my God! Yeah, it smells like a bag of hops, bag of something.
Yeah.
It smells really good.
Let me see what's going on here. This is another Daniel beer, by the way. He sent this
Cheers,
to me as
Daniel.
well. So cheers to him.
Thank you, Daniel.
sir.
This is double dry hop,
Oh wow,
Ghost, and blah, blah, blah,
a little
blah.
sweeter,
Yeah.
very orangey.
Is it sweeter than you expected? You think it was gonna be a little more alpha heavy?
I think so. Yeah, not in a bad way though.
Yeah. Hopping rate of just over 8 pounds of Citra per barrel.
Jeez, wow.
That's a lot of hops.
Shit, yeah, man, it's a lot of Citra, dude. That's pushing a pretty big alpha content, dude.
Wow. It's good. You don't get to get this beer very often, so when you do, it's a nice little treat.
Yeah, I've only ever had the original version, and that was like once. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's a treat.
In the bottle, right? Because they used to have it in bottles.
Six
Yeah,
packs.
yeah. That was a few years ago. So yeah,
Man, this is pretty fucking impressive.
But
it's
Good
funny
stuff.
how we've gone from bottle shares to can shares basically now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So now, we're all lying when we say we've been to bottle shares.
Well, back in the day, they were
was all
bottle
bottles.
shares.
They
They
were
were
just
you know,
bottles.
but now they're can.
You showed up
shares.
with a can and you were like, get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, dude. Like, I
Different.
don't know, our bottle shares are still bottle shares. Like,
oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the good stuff you can't get in cans.
Right.
Speaking of bottle shares, well, there'll be a
Oh,
commercial
yeah.
on here, but since we're in bonus material, January 29th at the Craft Lounge, the trifecta
Boom, 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 boom.
bottle share featuring Beer Thug Life,
Yes.
Hip Hop Craft the Show,
Yes.
and Louis Liquor Store,
Yes.
and the Craft Lounge.
Yes.
Huge bottle share. Louis Liquor is getting a party bus from Azusa and bringing people out to the Craft Lounge. It's big deal. So definitely we will be there. Brando and myself. Hopefully
Yeah.
Christopher can swing by and join us.
More
And
than likely.
we're gonna be doing like I was telling Brandon like a flash round podcast where we're just gonna be recording and then like we'll have Christopher go just pluck people like Beer Thug Life, and then we'll get Daniel from Hip Hop Craft the Show, and some of the influencers that are going to be there, and I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Just
that's cool.
snag them, be like, "Hey, come over here. You're going to talk on the podcast real quick."
Come over here and chug a 120-minute IPA I've been holding in my cellar for 9 years.
Hey, Jimmy did say, "Do not bring no cellared IPA."
No, we talked about this though. It's cool if it's 120.
Well,
right?
it's a barley wine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basic. Yeah, it's a barley
It's a
wine.
barley wine.
It's a hop barley wine,
It's a
dude.
West Coast barley wine.
Like heavily hopped barley wine. Yeah.
I should bring that last bottle of the turmeric ginger beer.
Oh,
Don't
Lord.
say a word. Just put it
Just put it on the table. Oh yeah, dude, you should.
Watch unsuspecting people grab it.
We'll just hang like a little GoPro somewhere, like hidden, and just film people's reactions.
If you could put it in a Cantillon bottle to really just
really
Oh,
fuck with
that
people.
shit would be hilarious.
Buffoon. Oh,
Yeah,
because there's only a little bit left. Chug it.
and then they'd have to like lie about how they love it. They're like, oh, it's great.
It's so chalky.
It's so great. I don't remember it being this cloudy, but yeah, Cantillon.
so spicy.
Yeah, Joe, if you're not doing anything on January 29th, Craft Lounge.
Come on down. It's a Saturday.
Huge bottle share with a bunch of people in the beer industry. You're going to be there.
Nice. I'll be in Sacramento.
Oh.
Well, surprise! We're bringing it to you. No, I was kidding.
Hey, let's do it.
Oh, good. You go to Sacramento, you can get some good beers up there, too.
Oh, yeah, for
I'm gonna
sure,
go visit
man.
a bunch of my friends who brew out there and
Nice.
go do a little brewery tour with some other friends from down here.
Oh, yeah. So some of my favorite breweries are up in Sacktown.
Oh, yeah.
I like Track 7.
Yep.
YOLO, and Burning Barrel.
Nice.
Hey, Great Notion just opened up there.
Great Notion in Sacramento now.
really? I didn't even
You're going to have
know
to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
Like
I didn't
brand
know about
new,
that. You're
dude.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to definitely have to go to Great Notion. And then, of course, Fieldworks was one of my favorites.
yeah.
up there.
Device Brewing out there. If you
Device
guys
is
ever been,
great.
Oh, yeah,
great
I've heard
guys
of
out
Device.
there.
Yep.
They make good stuff for sure.
Yeah, a lot of good choices. I'll be up in Sacramento. When am I in Sacramento? February.
Have you had a chance to go out to that Urban Roots? They do barbecue and beer out there. That's
I've
dude, that beer's cool,
I've been told to go there.
you
so it's on the
definitely
list.
need to go there.
Urban Roots,
Sick.
and then there's another one, OB Brew Co. or something like that.
I'll take your word for it. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
like
I've heard of
something Park Brewing or something like that. I'll have to look
that
it
one.
up.
Okay, it sounds familiar. No, but yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll send you their info so when you're up there, if you have a chance to go check it out.
Yeah, I'll let you know if it's worth a shot.
Yeah, definitely.
Holy
Sacramento's
mama!
doing good up there.
Yes.
You like that Ghost, huh?
Well, yeah, man. If you like hops, this is like
All right.
right up your alley. Yo.
That is a proverbial hop bomb.
This is correct.
Very nice.
Next.
We've got 2 more to finish, and you have 6 minutes to do it.
6 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I mean, it'd be nice to be done in 6 minutes.
Or you're dumping the beer, so you need to hurry up.
Oh, it sounds like a chug for Brandon.
Challenge accepted.
Brandon doesn't need any more reasons to chug.
No, I did not. Actually, I think we should finish it off with a chug, but that's just me. Let's see what we got here. We have. You guys want to do the sour?
Sure. Well, yeah, because you said your double black's gonna
It will
ruin us.
All right,
Rip us up.
Another Daniel beer.
I haven't had a black IPA in a minute.
Dude, same here. Oh, what is it? Self-Righteous.
Self-righteous, yeah,
That
it
was
just
one of the
was
last ones.
re-released a couple weeks ago.
Oh, did
Was
they
it really?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For those who don't know, Chris is a Stone Rep.
That's a throwback.
The best Stone Rep
The best.
there is.
Are you a snow rep from my area?
I used to be.
Oh, you're not anymore.
Used
Okay,
to be.
so why are you
I
not
spent
here
like
bugging me?
I spent like 2.5, 3 years. Oh, actually, Jen does all the on-premise down here,
Oh, no shit.
so I'll tell her to come bug you.
Bring
Please
on
bug me.
Stone.
I'm not saying I'll order anything, but bug
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
No, I used to drive by this place all the time. I'm like, what does the OBC stand for? You know? Now I know.
Now you know. Now you know.
How many people say you down with OBC?
The more you know.
Reading Rainbow.
Oh yeah. Are you down with OBC? When are you gonna make that? That's beer.
Oh, right. Well, I think that was an idea for a cocktail.
Was it?
I don't think it ever got put on the menu, though. Yeah. We've
Shit,
had
that's
some
beer.
We've had some pretty great cocktail ideas. It's been great. Thank you, sir. This is a sour, you said?
Yeah, it's a. I believe it's like a tiki cocktail inspired.
Gotcha.
This is gonna be one of my favorite beers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You want the pint glass for that one?
One of my favorite episodes that Chris joined us on is the one where at the very end I surprised everybody with like the blue-green
Oh yeah.
beer from Urban South.
Yeah.
Is that the one with chunks in it? Oh no, that was one of the wrestling.
That was the
beers.
Ted DiBiase
Yeah.
beer. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Wrestling RAR episode.
Wrestling.
So what is this guy?
Exotica from Equal Parts
Equal
Brewing.
parts.
Oh, nice.
Erotica and Exotica.
Tiki inspired sour ale, Headhunter.
Oh, nice.
The Headhunter, huh?
Yeah, Headhunter. What does that mean?
That means promiscuous.
Yeah.
Isn't that a song?
Yeah. I think. Cheers.
Salud.
All right. And on the nose.
Kettle sour.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely a kettle. Yeah.
For sure.
The taste. It tastes like a cocktail.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Very, very fruity.
It's funny because I thought it was going to be way sweeter on the first, but I get that. It really, to me, it tastes like a tropical tea. I don't know if you guys are getting that.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like a Moscow Mule.
Moscow Mule.
Yeah,
Served in a
I
little
can kind of
copper
get that.
cup?
Yeah.
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 I mean, there's definitely some sweetness, but I guess it's more balanced by that acidity.
Yeah, like you said, yeah, it's very nice. It has a very nice balance. The flavor's all there. I don't really know what Antiki
Headhunter. Pull up the Urban Dictionary again.
I don't know. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Last time we looked up Urban Dictionary, did not go very well.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't find spaghetti burrito, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You guys don't know what a spaghetti burrito is?
Even Joe knows.
I'm just kidding.
Tell us, Joe.
He's all, that's every Sunday night.
That's a staple in my household.
Yeah.
Son.
All right. What is this? Headhunter Tiki cocktail. All right.
It's coming. So,
How do I make a headhunter? So, lime juice, lemon juice, coconut milk, papaya juice, 151 proof rum, Captain Morgan spice rum, orange juice, and beer.
Wow.
that's a lot going on in that cocktail.
It doesn't
something.
specify what kind of beer.
Yeah.
So I'm just guessing like generic beer
Blue Moon.
or
Yeah, you'd have to use something light like a wheat ale or something like that.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
PBR.
PBR,
Yeah, PBR.
yeah.
All day, PBR.
Just use when in doubt.
Yeah, PBR.
Good old PBR.
When in doubt, PBR it out.
One of these days, I would love to do get like 4 or 5 people for the podcast and crush that 99 pack of PBR. See if we could do
Oh
it.
my god.
As a medical professional, I advise you not to.
Yeah.
You don't think we could do it?
Well, I know we could do it, but I don't think it'd be good
Do
for
the
our
math.
bodies.
All right, I've got 6 microphones. So 99 divided by 6. How are we looking?
Oh my god!
Look at Joe.
33?
He's like, I don't like those odds.
Honestly, I don't like the
33,
idea. I
that'd be
shoot it
33.
down.
33 PBRs a person.
Yeah.
I would imagine that by roughly 19 and 20th PBR, the podcast would be just done. Like you would, the things that would be said and talked about at that point would be just off it'd be almost like that.
I know, 33 would be
episode.
3, so what's half of 33?
Half of 33. Oh, that's manageable.
Yeah. 15-ish, 16-ish, 16-ish.
I say we do it. All right. Joe, how you
Last
feeling
but
about
not
your
least.
PBR skills?
Let's see if I can do like 4 tall cans. So
Yeah, 15
I think
pack.
We're getting.
Yeah, because they're the 99 packs, the 12-ounce cans, are they not?
Yeah. Still a 15, like, that's a lot.
That's a lot, sir.
Yeah, that's a lot of PBR. For Friendsgiving, me and Jimmy drank a 12-pack each, but then we were doing like a bottle share too. So I don't know if I could do 33.
I just think it'd be fun to walk out of the liquor store with that 99 pack.
I'd buy it.
Oh no, it's so fun! Like La Bodega in Riverside had it. I remember walking. I saw it, and someone was walking out with it. It was like 5 guys like carrying it. Like
That'd be great for pictures and
What a
whatnot.
great gimmick. Yeah.
it was like a ladder. Like
How much is it? Do you know?
I don't know.
$30.
99.
$15.99 if you buy 3.
At Costco, yeah.
You can get that along with
99 bottles of PBR on the wall.
Oh man.
buy a 3-pack of 99 can Pabst Blue Ribbon.
You know, that should be like a food challenge. If you can drink it by yourself, it shouldn't cost you a dime.
exactly. Yeah,
You know, and don't die.
Yeah.
yeah. Just don't go to the.
You know who
ER.
could do that and not even break a sweat? Andre the Giant.
Oh yeah. That was. I've read those stats. That's crazy.
Oh, how much he drank in a sitting?
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
insane.
99 PBRs would be nothing for him.
yeah, he'd be down.
There's our wrestling talk for the night.
There it is.
Oh,
We had
Hold on.
we had nothing.
I just remembered something. You said that you had a trivia question.
I do. It's in my car.
Fudge.
It's my car's right there.
Yeah, I would say it's not that far, guys.
Yeah,
I
but
can get it. I can make it happen.
what is it?
I don't.
I know
remember
you
it off
don't
the top
know.
of
I
my
know
head.
you don't.
He's
I'm
got a
just kidding.
trivia question. Well, while he's getting that trivia question, it's going to be about wrestling, and we'll see if he can stump us.
Wrestling.
I'm gonna pour this beer.
Sal Bandini.
He's going to pour a double black IPA. Is that what you said it was?
Yeah, this is also from Equal Parts. It is a double black IPA, 9% alcohol by volume. And I'm going to look up the stats on this because I think there's a really cool cryo hop in here that I was like,
Bonesaw.
I believe it's Amarillo, but I'll double check here. Let's see. How badass is that name?
Was Bonesaw?
was a
correct me,
wrestler,
Is that a
Is there a wrestler called
wrestler
Bonesaw?
or Marvel character?
It sounds like a monster truck to me.
Oh, yeah.
Bonesaw, yeah.
Grave digger, you know. Bonesaw.
Grave digger.
Come on down to the Monster Truck
Bonesaw.
Rally. Bonesaw versus Grave Digger. Get your tickets now.
Did
you ever
dig
go to
your
those when you were a
graves and
kid?
saw your bones.
You ever go to those when you were a kid?
No, I wish I did. I did
Dude.
WWE, but I never did.
Oh, yeah.
We did the monster trucks down at Qualcomm, and I'll never forget they brought out that what do they call him? The robot, the big Godzilla looking thing that eats cars.
Yes.
Oh,
They brought
yeah.
that son of a bitch
Carzilla?
out, and I just remember like he freaking spit fire out of his mouth, and you could feel the heat sitting in the stands. Like as a little kid, you were just like, "Oh my god, that's badass!"
Hell yeah.
Right? And then when you're an adult, it's probably really cheesy. But as a kid, you're just like, "Holy shit!" And I just remember how wild those shows were. Like just these big trucks wrecking everything, and lots of noise, and the smells. And
I've
cool
always wanted to
experience as
go.
a kid.
I went to Supercross last weekend, but I've never been to
Never been to the monster trucks.
non-monster. Yeah.
Supercross is fun too, though.
It was dope, dude.
They're a lot of fun.
I will say this about monster trucks. I was highly disappointed one year. We went to the Paris Speedway.
Oh, yeah.
And they did monster trucks there, and it was not the same effect as being in a legit stadium.
Yeah.
And there was the legit monster truck. Like they had Gravedigger there, like all the main ones, but it was just like on a small scale. It just wasn't, remembering what it was like as a kid in this big stadium. And then you're hearing this like little tiny like podunk place off of Ramona Expressway.
Oh,
and you're
yeah,
like,
man.
You're like, oh man, it's not the same.
Why do they call this place Paris?
That's cool. I know my girlfriend just told me today, actually, we're on the phone. She was like, I really want to go to Paris. I was like, well, it's not too far.
Let's go this weekend, baby.
It's not that far. Yeah, I got you, girl. I was like, it's not far at all.
That's awesome. Well,
That's great. Oh,
here he is, and he looks very serious. He looks like he thinks he can stump us.
the answer is
Here,
the rock.
with
It's probably
the-
going to stump me, but you'll probably get it. I think Justin will handle it. But,
All right, I'm back. Did you guys watch me try to walk out of like every single door in here, not going the right direction? at
no,
all?
I can't see
Yeah,
far.
that was-
We missed that
fun.
part.
But yeah, thank you for reminding me about the trivia question.
Yeah. I remember you were very proud of it last night.
Yeah.
You were like, dude, I have a fucking
Yeah, like
question.
I have a question for you guys. Since we always like
Joe, you were into WWF when you were a kid, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Let's see where
Oh,
we're at.
shit,
Here.
dude. We got
All right,
three
you guys ready? Let's go. Which U.S. president was posthumously honored with an award from the National Wrestling Hall of Fame in 1992?
Trump?
Wait, president?
You said posthumous, right?
Posthumously, yeah.
Yeah, so he's dead.
Yes.
Okay.
President, right?
Oh, what?
Yes.
Okay.
From what year?
All right, so which U.S. president was posthumously honored with an award from the National Wrestling Hall of Fame in the year 1992?
Oh.
Abraham Lincoln.
Seriously. Oh, yeah,
That's my
that was a
answer.
serious.
I'm going with Abraham Lincoln. What about you guys?
Okay. I'm going to say Ronald Reagan.
Okay. All I got to do is name a dead president.
I'm trying to think because I want to get it right. But I'm not going to get it right.
We probably won't.
No. Just tell me your answer.
No, guess.
Guess one.
Please. Just throw.
You got a lot. You got a lot to choose from.
There's a lot of dead presidents.
Think about all the presidents that were dead in '92.
That's what I'm trying to think. I don't think very well, though. I've been drinking again.
That's true. This is true.
All right,
Go ahead.
ready? No guess? No guesses? One of you is right.
You're looking at Justin.
One of you is right.
Did I get it?
All right. The answer is Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, fucking A. Did you know it?
The only reason why I know that is because I know that Abraham Lincoln was a professional wrestler.
Before he became president.
Wow.
Before he became president, it says on the back here, Lincoln was quite the skilled wrestler, thanks in part to his staggering height and lanky limbs.
He used to wrestle at circuses and stuff.
What the hell?
One of the coolest things, like other than the fact that he, ended slavery and did a lot of cool shit for our country, but like he literally was a professional wrestler at circuses.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, he would come out and he'd wrestle midgets and all kinds of stuff.
I never knew that.
He said, I just named a dead president. You liar.
You knew. You knew.
Oh.
Like, you guys had such radical different answers. Dude. That's what I was like, I don't even know where to go with this. Holy hell.
Did you think anyone was going to get that, Chris?
I did not know the answer.
You didn't?
When it was asked of me. And
Did
I'm like,
you know
I'm
that
going to bring
fact
this up
about
on the
him, though?
podcast.
You had to have known that fact.
No, I didn't.
Because I remember, even if I'm not mistaken, I remember government class, learning about Abraham Lincoln and talking about how he used to be a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
And I just thought when I was a kid, I was like, that's freaking badass. That's cool.
I don't remember that.
You know, I mean, the closest thing to that would be Trump.
He was on
in WWE running
for a
around.
while,
and I think he punched Vince McMahon a few times.
Yeah.
Did a suplex.
That's why I asked about I was like, President. You did say President, right? Because I was going to say Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He didn't quite make it to president. But
No,
he
not
didn't.
quite.
No.
very well could be.
All right, here we go. Speaking of wrestlers, I'm pretty sure there's a wrestler out there with this name. Bonesaw.
Wait a minute.
Is there?
Was that the name of Randy Savage in Spider-Man?
Bonesaw?
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a scene in Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire where they wrestle. Like Spider-Man's in the comic, he wrestled before he became Spider-Man. And he wrestles a guy, and I want to say it. Is his name Bonesaw?
No, his name was Sawbone.
Oh, yeah.
And Randy Savage played him in the Spider-Man movie. This is Tobey Maguire's iteration. Which have you?
It was Bonesaw McGraw.
Was it?
Yes.
What the hell?
Your memory's
Coming
creepy,
up,
bro.
dude. Coming up.
Dude,
It's all wrestling shit, though.
When it comes to wrestling,
If you need useless wrestling trivia, you just ask me.
That's your guy. All right, here we go. Bonesaw, equal parts, and they hail from where are
Texas.
they? What part of Texas?
the equal part.
The equal part of Texas?
Checks out.
They're in Houston, Texas.
There you go. Hey, and we didn't get to visit them. So
Harrisburg
there's another
Boulevard.
brewery to go check off our list in Houston.
Here we go.
We visited quite a few. I like it.
Bonesaw. Yeah.
Right now, we're getting 4 messages from the ASMR Sound Creeps. Thank you very much.
And they're all inappropriate.
They're all going to be in telegraph format because of that.
I see that you poured yourself a full pour there, Brando.
I did, because I'm most excited about this beer. Out of the
Really?
beers that I received from Daniel. Sir
Really good-looking head on that.
Nice,
I just
huh?
want to point that out.
Beep, 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 beep. The sound creeps are like, beep, 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 beep.
Double-clicking that mouse right now as we speak.
That's right.
Morse coding it up.
So I'm gonna read the description for this guy.
It smells beautiful.
Like Joe was saying, he has not had a black IPA in a while, and it's kind of a rare style.
Had one last night.
Did you really?
Well, yeah. it's-
Self-righteous?
sublimely self-righteous.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a Imperial Black IPA, intensively hopped with cryo hops. Yada yada. Let's get to. We got roasted chocolatey, blah, blah, Columbus Cryo, and then we got some Citra Cryo and Simcoe Cryo hops that layer this beer, and at an impressive 9% alcohol. Mm-hmm. So there should be a whole lot of flavor and some wild shit going on in this beer for sure. What do you guys think? I'm sure you guys have tried it.
I did try it.
I have not tried it yet.
It's awesome.
I like it. It's very good. Yeah.
It smells like coffee on the nose for me. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, hoppy coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. That shit is
Very well done.
really, really nice.
See, here's my problem with this type of beer. What's the ABV on it?
9.
See, that's my problem because it's very similar to the Shores beer that we had earlier, but I don't get the 9% at all.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Nice lingering bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you just randomly say, you know what, I'm going to go off the beaten path tonight. I'm going to order a pint, and you order a pint, and you get this, and you crush it, and you're like, I'll get another one. And the next thing you know, you're going to be like, man, I'm feeling a little loopy here.
Yeah,
Shouldn't drive.
Right?
that's right.
Well, Brandon's, we're getting dirty, so Brandon's bringing out his
That's
soap.
right. That's actually something I left out. So when we were drinking the brown ale that I brought out earlier, so my friend, he has a company called Faye Monroe Soaps, and he actually collaborated with me and with Jimmy from the Craft Lounge. They made 3 different soaps for the Craft Lounge and then one for myself, and it uses that English beer or the English brown beer that I brewed. The name of the beer is called Fancy Clothes, and the name of the soap is called Smooth Operator. And so it's fucking cool, and it's available at the Craft Lounge right now. So
That's very cool.
you smell it. It smells good.
Smell my soap.
It smells super clean.
No, it smells great.
Not every day you get your
smell it
buddy
last
to say,
night.
hey,
Yeah.
here, smell this.
Hey, smell this.
And he actually does it.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
It's like super clean.
Like through the paper. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man.
whew, smell that?
It's a nice quality soap.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I'd bathe with it.
I have. It's very nice.
I've, normally been kind of the body wash kind of guy, whatever the wife will procure for me. Lately, it's been Everyman Jack, I think is what she's been getting me.
Oh, I've never heard of
but
that.
for Christmas, she got me the Dr. Squatch Star Wars special edition soap thing.
What the fuck does that smell like?
It's like Star Wars.
Tatooine?
Like the first one I tried out was Yoda, and damn it, I smelled like a very wise
Like
and
an
old Jedi.
Like an old puppet?
My ears got really long and hairy, like an old puppet. But let me tell you, like I've never used.
Yes.
Yeah. Make sure you lift your ball sack, please. Yeah. No.
Balls you will wash vigorously.
Highly recommended Dr. Squatch soap. I've never used any kind of gourmet soaps before.
There was a Dr. Squatch they did from Classic Stone IPA as well.
Oh yeah,
I saw that.
That's
How
right.
did that? Did you use it?
I did. I bought the 3-pack and I gave 2 of them away. Hugo got one.
He got one.
Yeah.
Does it make you smell like an arrogant bastard?
No,
I'm just
because it
kidding.
wasn't
Because it wasn't arrogant bastard.
Yeah.
It was regular old Stone IPA.
Set myself
You
up for that.
just smell like Greg Cook.
I just remember the color on it was badass because it was like that black and green, marbled color. That's
No, it was cool. It actually smelled like pine and cedar.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
very nice. I'm gonna
very
have
cool.
to get with these guys and see if he'll make me a soap with peanut butter because you know how. I like
Oh my god!
my God. Peanut butter and jelly.
And then Joe could dry hop it in one of his peanut butter beers.
Yes.
Can you imagine? You give this to the potty mouths. It's like washing the mouth out with soap. Trick them.
Very nice.
A peanut butter beer.
Well, this is delicious.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah!
it's-
It was a great beer.
Super rad.
Excellent beer.
We did it.
Well, we made it through. the bag.
We made it. We
Made it through the flights.
We got through the
Made it through the
episode.
bag.
We got through the bonus material, and we're officially where we need to be. So that's
There's a bunch of shit and empty glassware on the table.
Yeah, we did a
looks
good
like
job.
and some breadsticks to eat.
Yeah,
to
breadsticks.
water it down.
That's right. And it's
Right there.
it's about that time.
Yeah. Joe, cheers.
Cheers to
Yeah,
Joe.
sir.
Thank you for having us, and thank
you.
you to the Oscars staff for treating us so kindly, and
Absolutely.
just being super cool. And
Oscars Brewing Company, Temecula,
Great
California.
spot.
Check it out.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
cheers.
Cheers.